Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is Car 33, I'm going on my break.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team. Don't miss the Wilson Security.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Fagan Oval. It's round 16 Black Diamond Cup action brought to you by Bar TV. Warners Bay, the home side today. They're taking on Nelson Bay. A lot at stake today. My name's Ryan Webster. Joining me, as always, General Manager of Operations, Gary Birkinshaw. G'day, Gary.
G'day, Ryan. How are you, mate?
Going well.
Mate, what's happened to this weather?
It was fine on the way up here, probably about an hour and a half ago, and it's just closed over a little bit, but it's dry as that field. It resembles something out of India for a test match, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a little bit patchy in it, I suppose. It's probably been kind to the ground. But, yeah, you're right. It was sunny this morning. Had a fair bit of rain during the second division game, which was won by Warners Bay. And just a slight drizzle now, but the ground certainly looks like it can hold the water. And it's a far cry from what we saw in May, June, where it was actually underwater. So
yeah, exactly right. And probably a bit of a far cry from where we'll be holding the finals and where we called last week, Newcastle #1. But great country ground, this one at Warners Bay. And a lot at stake, as mentioned. Both sides 4-10 going into today. And it's safe to say, Gary, that the winner will go a long way to playing finals in 2015.
yeah, second last round. Both sides are in fourth position at the moment. Nelson Bay holding that by 10%. So the winner of this side will have sole position of fourth place with one round to play. So, they will go a long way, certainly, to playing in a finals, which neither side did in 2014. So they'll be both keen to get a win today. They've met 3 times already this year. All of them have been at Dick Burwell Oval, Nelson Bay's home ground. Nelson Bay won the first 2 games. Warners Bay won the last game. So it's 2-1. First time we've played here, however.
Yeah, so Nelson Bay, they're a good side at home, but it is when they've travelled, I've found over the years, that their performances can be a little bit iffy. They were impressive last week. They lost by 9 goals to Terrigal Avoca, but we know how good they are. They'll come down here today, and on paper, they've got a good side. Just the 2 late changes in the 26 will be Tim Murphy, and Tom Murphy will be in the 36. So don't get that confused, Gary.
That's Tom Wood, mate.
Beg your pardon. I've put 2 Murphys there.
Yeah,
so Tom
yeah.
Wood.
Tom Wood in 36, Tim Murphy in 26. Yeah, they have got a very good side. There's no doubt about that. Still missing a couple of key players. I believe the bloke that they'll be missing today more than most is Aaron Clayton. He provides them with that X factor, that spark. So him missing away with work commitment. So he's going to be a big loss. It's how they're going to get their drive. And I think the inclusion of Jaden Reimer back from his representative community is huge for Nelson Bay. And if he has a big game today, I think the Marlins can get up. Right, we're about to get underway here. Fagan Oval, Warners Bay in the red, white and blue shorts. They'll be kicking to the left of screen. Nelson Bay in the white shorts, blue and gold. They'll be kicking to the right of screen. Going to have a secondary bounce. Umpires today is Joe O'Brien, Harrison Crook, Sam Shergold, boundary Cooper Williams and Jacob Johnson, and in goals Jason Crookall and Jody Jackson.
Interesting to see there, Gary Bartlam starting in the ruck, so away from his usual centre-half forward position. In saying that, I probably haven't seen Nelson Bay Warners Bay for about 8 weeks.
Well, it's quite an interesting position, really, when you look there and you see that. You look there, Anthony Atkins is probably one of the #1 ruckmen in the side. He started centre-half forward. So
Representative Ruckman, I love his game in the ruck. I suppose Bartlam around the ground, he's probably a better footballer, but also up forward, I think, with those hands and his reliable set shot. Interesting choice.
Well, interesting because he's actually lining in the ruck also with Price. So very interesting there. As Deverell's going to get a kick for Warners Bay. They're going to have the first inside 50. It should sit all right there for Nelson Bay, which is Spencer, but a huge tackle there coming in. That was there by Avery. And holding the ball. I think
Dan Morgan on the bottom of that pack for Nelson Bay. Gee, that was red hot early.
Yeah.
I don't know. As long as you see it all day.
Yeah, but I suppose, yeah. Look, that's early on. I'm not sure he had too much prior opportunity. But anyway, good tackle there by Avery, and he was rewarded. So he's now going to go back. He's handballed it back off now to Jake Roach. He goes long, kicks it in there. It goes out wide. It's going to miss to the right-hand side.
Yeah, big hit there put on the Warners Bay player. It was Avery after he handballed it off, laying a shepherd. Came off second best there. It was 1 behind, so the first score of the day will go to the Dogs. So Nelson Bay here playing away, as Gary mentioned. They've met 3 times already, all up at their home ground. So how will they perform? This is the skipper, Grinia. Got it in the back pocket, just beats a would-be tackler, and now kicks down towards our broadcast side, and it's a pretty good grab in the end, taken down there by Mooney. So Daniel Mooney with the knee strapping on.
Yeah, great to have him back for Nelson Bay. He's kicked a couple of good bags of goals this year, and is that another live wire forward that hopefully that they can use that. That was there out there by Morgan. Probably could have done a little bit more with that, Ryan. It was right along the boundary line, I know, but I think he was expecting it to bounce over, but it stayed inboard.
Just a little fumble. He had it, and just a little fumble over the line. So you can see Atkin here lining up right on the wing, playing on mud. Good target up forward.
Yeah, and like I said, Nelson Bay, they've got Luke Price, one of their key players. He's in the ruck there as Nathan Vasey gets tackled over the boundary line. On the half-forward flank, Nelson Bay's into the ground. Only the solitary point to start the game, and we've been playing almost 3 minutes into the first quarter.
So boundary throw in, half forward flank here for the Marlins. Third man up down there was Jaden Reimer, having a good year as well. Kick partially smothered there on the half forward line, and it goes forward once more, but an easy chest mark. Unmanned, taken by Roach. He's going to switch across here to Pfeiffer. Rowan Pfeiffer in the back pocket. Switches across again to Roach. He elects to run.
Good patience shown there by Warners Bay. They went there looking for the outlet, and they've got that now through Roach, and he finds Bartlam. Dropped what he probably should have taken, so it goes over the back there now and picked up by Hearn. He goes in there, tap over the back there by Duval. How's it going to sit? Sits all right there. We spoke about him early on. There was Mooney on the right boot. First goal of the day to Nelson Bay. First goal to Daniel Mooney.
Yeah, well, you mentioned there, Gary, how good it is to have him back in the side, and he was just in the right place at the right time, just running through, completely unchecked by the Warners Bay backman. So well done to him. So Wilson Security is our major sponsor. They've been with us for a long time. They're Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson. So early here at Fagan Oval, this round 16 clash, it's going to be one playing one straight kick, which is 6. So 6 plays 1 here in favour of Nelson Bay. Just 4 minutes played.
Yeah, good start there, as we mentioned, by the Marlins, and that's what they'll need to do. They need to get off to a good start and try and get that advantage. But keep in mind, the last game these two played was Nelson Bay, who got out to a flyer in the first quarter. I don't think you were at the game, actually. Ron, I was at Nelson Bay, so probably not. It's outside your travelling area. Your contract says you don't have to travel that far.
Radius.
So I think I was there, and they actually kicked probably 4 of the first 5 goals and looked really good, but then Warners Bay were able to settle and end up running over the top for a convincing win.
So Roche getting another possession. What an important player he is. He dropped back, did the team thing earlier, was sitting in the hole. Didn't work for them on that occasion as Nelson Bay kicked the goal, but look at that delivery.
Avery.
Absolutely perfect. Avery's had a few touches already. Got back on his feet after being flattened about 3 minutes ago. Gee, it was a bit of a mongrel kick, but a marker was dropped down there. Will they get out of trouble here? It's good pressure from the small forwards of of Warners Bay, the Bulldogs. And eventually a kick's worked forward by the Marlins, but it's taken pretty easily by Deverell on centre wing.
So Deverell now, he goes inboard looking for Roach. Every time possible, Warners Bay try and get in the hands of Jake Roach. And why wouldn't you? It was a fantastic kick of the football, and there's no example.
Subway voucher, I think, for a game earlier in the year at Killarney Vale, in which they won.
Yeah, Smaler looms a big flyer there. Good work by Calorie. He gets it back there now to Dylan Stewart. Good to see him back playing. Suffered a knock last week. He's out there, but coming out there, and a good mark taken by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer on the right boot goes to centre wing, and Aitken's going to take the mark.
So centre wing here for Warners Bay. Early stages. Good standard of footy, kicks from a dry patch of dirt here at Fagan Park. Big pack of players. One of the flyers down there was Turner for Warners Bay. They might clear it here through Price and back in the hands of Stewart. Try to take on a tackler. Is that holding the ball?
Should have been.
I think it will be. And it is. Paid by the umpire in the middle of the ground. Good decision. And it's going to be Josh Nicol to take the kick. Will he go back and have a shot? He'll have to kick it the best part of 35 to 40 metres in the wet. What do you think, Gary?
He's been a good player up forward from Josh Nichols. Kicked some very important goals. Kicked the match winner, I think, against Cardiff earlier in the year. But the distance won't trouble him. It's right on the angle out there. But look, I'll go out on a limb. I'll back him to kick this.
Okay, so Nicol. First set shot of the day for the Bulldogs. Has he leaked that one out to the right? He has. So 6 playing 2 here at Fagan Oval. As mentioned earlier, the winner most likely, it's not a definite, but most likely to play finals. They will take that 4th position, only separated by percentage at this stage of the year. So they work it through centre half back. The kick goes down to centre wing, but it's Vasey's up against 3 down there, and it was well done by Marn. He gets there and he's clean below his feet. He's had a really good year, Marn. Handball's out underground. Good tackling pressure there on Metcalf. And now Nelson Bay are out. So they've sharked it here on centre wing and they kick it to centre half forward. But it was well done down there to the Warners Bay backman playing in front. Stewart's got it there. That's Lincoln Stewart for the Dogs playing in the long sleeves. Little chip pass out. Warners Bay got the footy centre half back.
Yeah, Ben Burns for Warners Bay. The player's gone down there. I think that's down there is it comes back now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer on the right boot. Kicking in there looking for Prentice. Prentice takes a mark.
Yeah, Avery's down, Gary, at centre half forward for the Bulldogs, and they're about to kick it in his general direction. I don't know if he's holding his stomach or a knee.
That's his stomach, actually.
Looks in a bad way, though.
High tackle there is going to be paid, and the free kick's going to go the way there. Nick that out there this time. Is that Spencer out there? He's had a couple.
Spencer gave the footy back to him.
So it must be. Is it Mooney again? Or Morgan, actually. Could be.
Yeah, Mooney's got the knee strap on. I
yeah,
think
that's
it was
Morgan. Morgan, yep. So it goes back there down to Mudd. Avery's up again. He's had a couple of knocks, but he now goes out there to Ben Grace. Grace for
Yes.
Nelson Bay. Good setup by Warners Bay. They've got him hemmed in, but once again, good patience shown by Nelson Bay. Away it goes near Grinya. He gets it, away he goes. Chase there by Avery.
Hold the
Great
ball.
chase. Really, really good chase there by Avery. Well, he went to play on there. He's still going to try. I think that might be Metcalf trying to get it, but I'd be going back there. Chris Avery, great chase, great tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want. That really pleases coaches these days more than just about anything else is forward pressure. It's only really come into the game Aussie rules probably in the last 10, 15 years, and the Davies and whatnot that have made it famous. Certainly creates a lot of opportunities for goals. So does it clear? I think it's going to be a goal. First goal of the day for the Bulldogs, courtesy of Avery. He's been in everything thus far. Spent just about as much time on his feet as he has on the ground after a couple of knocks, but he kicks the first goal there for the Bulldogs, and they have a 2-point lead. Prime 7 in 2015 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Their coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including the marquee Friday and Saturday night matches, Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Yeah, good chase, good reward there for Chris Avery. Adam Grinya tried to get a handball away, but the ball didn't quite get it away correctly, so he was correctly penalised for holding the ball, and a good conversion there by Chris Avery. And it's 2-point margin early on, as we expected, a tight contest. As Price in the ruck there against, this time down there, I think it's Crawley in the ruck there. He's tackled hold. Good decision there by Harrison Crook. We're going to have another ball up there.
Gee, did hurt getting dumped on this turf. Oh.
Yeah, certainly. I said it's fairly, especially that's a cricket pitch area there, so certainly very dry in that area. Far cry from the wet weather we had earlier in the year. So,
spot on.
So Crawley in the ruck there with Price. Crawley gets a knockdown. They're going to have secondary. Can't take there. It's Hearn. Going on the ground there was Grinya. Price is in there also, tries to tap it out there. Should go for Warners Bay. Crawley knocked off the ball there by Grinya. He gets it back to Price. A quick handball. Out it comes there now. Across it comes to Barton. On the left boot, he goes down there. One-on-one, Duval up against Stewart. Duval falls over, which is going to allow Tim Hoff to come in. He goes right across the ground. How's that going to go? It sits up all right. If Martin gets it off, that's a solid bump there by Barton, but Martin's good enough to get back. Now gets it back to Hoff again on the right boot. They're going to get out of this here as Pfeiffer takes the mark between back pocket, half back. He plays on quickly, gets a scrubby kick there, but Bartlem's good enough to get it. He's tackled by Grinya, puts the ball on the ground. He's going to penalty, he's holding the ball. That's once again, good decision. You put the ball on the ground, and Adam Grinya. They've been very consistent on that, Ryan.
Yeah, spot on. So good tackling pressure from both sides early. Grinya goes to centre half forward. Well done though to Roach. He's played everywhere thus far today. Takes a good overhead mark at centre half back. He goes out further once more, and the Bulldogs are out here through Crotty. So Crotty gets onto his left side, and that's a great kick. Drop one he should have taken was Metcalf, but it was well done there to Nickel. He tried to put out the don't argue. Good tackle, Stewart. Is that holding the...
Should have been holding the ball.
Yeah, should have been. Yep. Play on anyway. Spencer does the blind turn. Tackled again by Nickel. Well done, Josh Nickel. Not rewarded on either occasion. It ends up in Nelson Bay's hands again, and they might get out of trouble here through Stewart. So Stewart kicks now towards centre half forward. Nelson Bay have good numbers and a good leap at the ball down there by Jaden Reimer. Play on was the call. Good tackling pressure once more. That time I think by Deverill. And end-to-end footy. So back through Roach they go. They're going to go for the big switch, and it's going to end up in the hands of Crotty again. This time on his right boot goes to centre wing. And they might have numbers over the top here. It's Nickel who's been super active, Gary.
Yeah, he certainly has. Gee, the intensity certainly lifted up. Good bit of play in that last bit by Vase. He used his strength there. But once again, that's a pretty ordinary kick there by Josh Nickel. And just need to make sure that the inside 50 opportunities are probably not going to be great, I wouldn't expect, in this game. So you need to really be making sure that when you get there, your skills... I think that's the difference between your Terrigal of Oaks and Newcastle City and the bottom side, is that they make sure every time they get to go the ball going inside 50, they make it count.
Yeah, exactly right.
The boundary thrown again. Warners Bay's end of the ground, currently leading by 2 points. As Atkin gets in there, takes the ruck. He started centre half forward. It's going to go to Mudd. He can't pick it up, however. Stewart goes in there on the left boot. He goes to the centre of the ground. How it's going to bounce. Barton comes out there with Marn. At the back there is Roach, who started really well. Had plenty of the football so far. He goes, well, that's a great tackle by Barton. That's holding the ball. That is a fantastic tackle. Because he was actually off balance there. He was actually off balance when he went to tackle him. Roach went to step inside, but just pure strength.
Yeah, skill errors are, I suppose, something you can't control too much, especially at this age. You're either, I suppose, a good kick or a bad kick by this age. But tackling pressure and endeavour is something that can be coached into players.
Tackling's about endeavour, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's all about endeavour. You might not be the best kick or the best mark in the comp, but tackling's about endeavour and attitude. There's no one stopping laying a big tackle. And the good coaches will tell you, if you aren't playing well, if you can't find the ball, you've got to contribute to the side some other way. And what better way than forward pressure, defensive pressure and tackling? Up we go again. Good back there. Reimer there, coming back there with Crowley. Over the back it goes there. Lamont's in there. Spencer's also there for Nelson Bay. Tries to get a handball, but it's smothered. Jaden Reimer picks it up there now. He's good tackle there. It's off the ground. It goes into a dangerous area. Stewart goes back there and takes a good mark. He's been a solid player, Lincoln Stewart.
I don't know who they played the last time we covered them on Bar TV, but I thought he was one of the best players on the ground.
Cardiff it would have been.
Yeah, at number 1, and he was just super reliable.
Well, miss a target there now. Going there quickly, Mooney, the goal kicker. Spencer's there also, but he overruns the ball. So Pfeiffer gets it out, but the ball's hit the ground. Spencer goes in hard again for Nelson Bay. Warners Bay got plenty of numbers there as well. Grenier at the bottom of the pack, as he always in. Back to Calorie. He's immediately tackled. Gee, the tackling's fierce at the moment. Jaden Ryan picks it up, says, my turn. And he goes in and takes a solid tackle from Warners Bay. And we're going to have a ball up just inside the centre square. Nelson's Bay, end of the ground. Warners Bay currently leading by the 2 points.
Yeah, really good battle this one. You can tell the players are up for the challenge. They know what's at stake. Ball eventually gets handballed out. Stewart overran it. Nickel just handballed it to nobody in particular. Do they get out of trouble here? Warners Bay, they won't. They'll end up back with Stewart again, who's been pretty active as well. Couldn't get the handball out, really. Another one over the top again. Comes back to Atkin. Eventually
Crawley,
with Calorie now.
Yeah. Yeah, good call there. That was in the back.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think he paid it for a high tackle, actually, Gary. So the kick's going to go to Pat Calorie. As you mentioned earlier, this is the kick that is important for these sides.
Yeah, very stagnant up forward there. He went to do that.
He's just dropped that.
Yeah, that's all. But that's through. That was just through good setup by Warners Bay defence and no leading at all. No movement from the forwards. They need to fix it up Nelson Bay, but their pressure is certainly on as they're going to go back there and Ben Grace takes the mark across half back. So both sides' defences are looking really good and creating a bit of pressure. A slippery ball certainly hasn't helped as Price goes back, takes a mark. On the centre wing, once again, let's have a look at their forward line now. Once again, not a lot of movement up there. Warners Bay, plenty of numbers back. So he can kick it to the top of the square. Reimer's going to be his target there. Stewart goes back there. 1 grab, 2 grab. Off the ground again by Nelson Bay. Pfeiffer gets a quick tap out there. Burns taps it on further. Looks like Spencer's going to be the first one there. He's dispossessed immediately though by Marn. Tackle, put the ball on the ground. Allows Barton to come in. He's immediately tackled also. And we're going to have another ball up. No, in the back, call there. And that's what they've paid. They've paid the person who's been going the ball first in. I think this is going to be a free kick. I've got this one wrong most of the day, so I think this could be Spencer. It is Spencer. I've been got him and I think I got him and Morgan mixed up most of the day. So we've only been going for 15 minutes.
With Debnam and Zara from Kalani.
Yeah, all right. But anyway, Spencer had a good year for the Marlins. Right boot strikes the ball. Looks pretty good if it makes the distance.
It does.
Up it go. It's through there. Goal to Nelson Bay. Gives them the lead. First goal to Brad Spencer.
Great goal, Spencer. That one brought to you by the Newcastle Herald, who play an integral part in the hunter community. The Herald's reporting and commentary leads public debate in the region, and its coverage of local issues from business and politics through to sport and entertainment is second to none. The Newcastle Herald, the voice of the hunter in print, online, and mobile.
We've got a bit of a blood rule. It's going to be Nath Vasey. I think he's going to come off for the blood rule. I think there's a bit between him and Jake Roach. I think they've just had a bit of.
I think there's a bit between him and the 22 at Warners Bay, actually.
Yeah.
Just as he jogged off then.
Yeah.
Won't bother him too much, though, as we see Tim Murphy come onto the ground, one of the late inclusions.
Yeah, no, good. They're a very passionate crowd here at Warners Bay, no doubt about that. They love their home ground advantage, and especially with plenty on the line, we expect there to be plenty of emotion. As Atkin back in the ruck there now, goes back there, taken by Calorie. He handballs it back there straight away, puts the ball on the ground. There was Kendrick. They're able to pick it up there through Medcalf. Back it comes to Grenier. He gets a handball out in the direction there. I think it was Murphy who just come on. He lays a good tackle on Deverell. Schindler-Taylor picks up a handball into Atkin. On his left boot it goes. Grace is back there, however. And the ever-reliable defender, the former skipper for the Marlins, he'll go out wide.
That might be Morgan.
I think that is Morgan out there now. We need to find something to differentiate him with. Ryan?
Righto. Leave that to me.
Run him out with a headband or something, will you? As a kick goes out there. The Barton goes up for the fly. Prentice can't take it. Schindler-Taylor gets it, puts the ball on the ground. Play on to call again. Going it hard there. Well done, Prentice. He recovers best, uses his pace. Gets on the right boot. A scrubby kick there. Roach is in there. Coming out is Shmaila Loons. Come out also is Ericsson. Don't get in his road. You'll be run over the top of. But Metcalf says, I will. And he gets it and gets a handball out. Goes there towards Prentice is there. Also going out there is Morgan. He gets it. Handballs it back infield. Handball it back comes there. Also Nelson Bay. And it's going to be Ericsson. If it sits for Kendrick, he should get it and go. But the boundary line's too close. And right on centre wing, far side of the ground, we're going to have a boundary throw in as Nelson Bay lead. 2 straight 12. Warners Bay 1-2-8. And we've played 17.5 minutes.
Yeah, really good game of footy, this one. End to end at this stage, just the 3 goals. Boundary throw in centre wing. Comes back there to...
That was Calorie. Started really...
Pat Calorie, yeah. Saw him on the half-forward line not too long ago.
Price tries to get a quick handball. It comes back there now. Also going in there quickly off the boot there was Murphy. Didn't find the target there with the pressure coming down there. Burns is down there going there. Also putting the pressure on there was Wood. Can they get it? Stewart, a hurry kick. Does it sit back there? If it does, Murphy could get it and have a shot for goal. He has a bit of a fumble at the inopportune time. How's it going to bounce? Back there now and Burns, the ever-professional, taps it over the top there. I don't think Murphy could believe that the ball was going to come straight back to him sitting 25 metres out from goal.
Yeah, there's been a few suspect delivery coming to the forward line. I don't think I've seen a drop punt for a while.
I reckon it's slipped than what it is. It hasn't stopped raining, Ryan, since we've been here. And I think just the handling is not as easy. It goes with Lamond. He gets it, screws it over his shoulder. How does this look?
Great goal.
Kieran Lamond, great goal.
There for the Dusthound Hound, play of the day. Just swung around on that right boot, and he's got a beautiful technique. Drop, punt and snap, as we just saw there. And Kieran Lamond gets his first of the day, the third for the Marlins.
Yeah, look, he's a very big man, isn't he, Kieran Lamond? But his skill level is fantastic, and he's certainly more mobile than what you think. And we've seen him kick some really good goals.
Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. It's round 16, brought to you by RTV here at Fagan Oval at Warners Bay, the home side, Warners Bay. Nelson Bay just slightly got the jump on them. 19 plays 8. We're just about into time on here in the first quarter.
Yeah, look, once again, just taking the most of their opportunities. We mentioned that before. Warners Bay have had just as much ball as what Nelson Bay have got, just haven't quite used probably as well as they have going forward. As Ryan's microphone's being under, I think he's worn it out. He's coming up with too many hot topics. Yeah, got a bit hard, a bit early. But out it comes there now, leading in the race there this time is going to be Zach Nichols. He goes in there, give him a hand out there this time is Morgan. There's going to be a boundary throw-in right on centre wing. So the last 2 goals Nelson Bay have kicked, it's just given them that little bit of an 11-point buffer. And still, Ryan, you can't tell. Have a look at these pictures from Bar TV. You can tell why they're the best in the business.
They're crisp, aren't they, Gary?
They are very, very good pictures here. And like I said, it's been raining continuously, and you can't even tell on the screen there.
So high tackles paid by 2 umpires, so it's safe to say that's the correct decision.
Yeah, it's a fair chance.
It's going to go the way of Prentice for Warners Bay. He's got it on centre wing. Raining here at Warners Bay, but the turf is rock hard. Lovely lead and good take there by Schindler Taylor. He's had a great year.
Roach is going to be his target. Goes over the pack there. Roach gets it now. They're under pressure coming from Ryan May. He wants to go one way. Should have the agility there, but Mudd's got him again. Brushes the tackle of Mudd. Well done by Roach. He gets a handball back now to Avery. Under pressure from Grinya. Avery's left boot goes there. Schindler Taylor goes up. Can't quite take the mark. Recovery's good though. Gets on to Medcalf on the trusty left. I reckon he snapped that through. He has.
Great goal. Kept his feet, Schindler Taylor. Everyone else went to ground. Got a great handball out, and he's a good player. Medcalf, a classy finisher. End-to-end footy, and it's goal for goal. Yeah, look, that's Rob Schindler-Taylor. We've spoken about him often during the year, and what a fantastic young talent he is. First full year of senior football, and he doesn't seem to go to ground. He always keeps his feet, which is a fantastic attribute to have, especially as a young player. Obviously under pressure, a lot of times you go to ground, but he's there, and that means he's never, ever out of a contest, and he certainly set that goal up, but a really good finish by Medcalf. Yeah, really, when he gets the footy, he kind of floats in and out of games. He might have the occasional really good half. I'd love to see him put 4 quarters together, because I think his class, he'd really stand out in this competition. Yeah, I think it's 17 though. You're going to get the inconsistency there as Bartlam there as Warners Bay get the tap out. Good, clever play by Bartlam. Back it goes to Deverell. Back it comes there now to Buckley holding the ball. The free kick's going to go there to Deverell. Deverell into Vasey there. Yeah. Got a free kick for a hold. Just held him a little bit too long. So Deverell had centre wing. Roach leads for him. They look pretty well structured going forward. It's a poor kick though. It's going to happen every day of the week. It was Price who kicked it. Was it Price? Price, who kicked it forward. Ends up with Spencer, the goal kicker. Handballs back. It was for Vasey, but it was well chopped off down there by Marn, who's had a great 2015. Schindler Taylor's got his name all over this one. Got the hands out, but it's a bit wet. Couldn't take it cleanly. Did that go out of bounds? Yeah. It did. Probably a good decision there. It was a good decision. Yeah, it was a right decision. And once again, good spoil that time by Wood on Schindler Taylor. Just go there. Spencer is still a little bit slow to get up from that last contest around the centre of the ground for Nelson Bay. And they'll certainly know they've played a game of football today, both these sides. As Atkin uses his body well on the ruck. Gets it down to Vasey. Marn's in front of Spencer. Well played. And Matty Marn takes a strong mark on centre wing. As you mentioned before, been a great contributor. Had a great year for Warners Bay. I think he'll have a good chance of being named in the team of the year, actually. Yeah, well, you're a selector for that. So you probably have a bit of inside information probably in that type of... Did you have him in your side?
Don't give too much away,
No,
mate.
I actually didn't, Gary, but I certainly considered him.
You can only put 22 in there. That's the thing.
Yeah,
There's plenty of good players out there. Yeah, exactly. So as Wood goes straight across the other side of the ground, and Kendrick takes a mark on the half-back flank. Calories moving for him. That's a good kick there. That's good hand. We haven't seen many marks like that today in the weather. So well done by Calorie, who started very well for Nelson Bay. He goes there looking down there for Reimer. Taken out of the contest, I thought there by Crotty, but play on's the call. Quick handball there. They run into each other. Out there was Murphy and also I'm not sure who that second one was, but good there. Burns uses the backhander. Back it comes to... Oh, good tackle on Hoff there. A hurry kick coming in there. Might have been by Wood. DeVale's in there. He overruns the ball. He's going to sit up
Mooney.
all right there. Here he comes. The goal sneak for Nelson Bay. Mooney, goal number 2 for him. And goal number 4 for Nelson Bay.
Oh, right on the stroke of quarter time. The second goal of the quarter there for Mooney. And Nelson Bay will lead here at Fagan Oval. A great start to them. Looking at the goal kickers, we have Spencer with 1, Mooney with the 2, Lamond with 1 for Nelson Bay. For Warners Bay, it's Chris Avery with the 1 goal and Alex Metcalf with 1 also. But at quarter time here, it's Nelson Bay 25. They lead Warners Bay, Gary, 14.
Yeah, look, a really good start. A real pressure quarter out there for sure by both teams there. And those goals right on the siren in red time, they're crucial. But anyway, we'll be back in a few minutes for the second quarter.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is car 33. I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Welcome back. Second quarter action about to begin here at Fagan Oval. And a good quarter of footy to begin with. It's 2-2 Warners Bay, the home side. Nelson Bay 4-1-25 with the late goal there to Mooney. So some scores from around the ground. 3-1-19 to Killarney Vale. They're home to Terrigal Avoca. 5-5-35 of the Panthers. So a good term of footy there. Newcastle City at Newcastle number 1. They're playing Cardiff. They're 7-3-45 the Blues. Cardiff 2 straight 12, Gary.
Yeah, some good games there. Good effort there by Killarney Vale. They probably had a bit of a weak inside, I would have thought, this week, but certainly putting in a good effort there in the first quarter. And City, it looks like that might be running into a bit of form also. What you went out to the Warners Bay huddle? What'd you find, Ryan?
Yeah, went out and listened to the address there for the Bulldogs. It was all about going back to basics. He said they were going to ground a little bit too easy, not sticking all of their tackles, not sticking as many tackles as the Marlins were, so they certainly wanted to address that. And there was talk about that last place for the finals, keeping up the intensity around the ground, but mostly giving the handball off the ground and keeping their feet around the contest. Yeah,
Nelson Bay, they were pretty much the opposite there. They were very happy with the way they were tackling. They thought the pressure there, they thought they were actually winning that part of the game. It's pretty hard to argue with them there, and they just want to keep going really and make the most of their opportunities as Warners Bay goes forward first. It's in dispute there now. Havers goes through Medcalf legs, picked up by Atkin. On the right boot he goes there. Grace is up there also with Avery. They've had a good battle in the first quarter. Grace is going to have the first battle. They go through the flowers as Avery picks it up. He's kicked one. He's tackled there. Gets a handball past Erickson. It goes a very timely. This time it's picked up by Luke Roach. He's tackled, throws the ball away. Grace is going to pick it up. They want to run the ball out. That was what their call was also. Use the ball well. Don't be afraid to switch the ball, and the ball goes over line for a boundary throw-in.
So Atkin in the ruck now for the Bulldogs. It was a decisive tap over the top of Price. Roach ran onto it. It looked really nice. And the Bulldogs go forward early.
That's why I was surprised he didn't start, because I thought that was one area of the ground that with Atkin in the ruck that they would really be able to get on top of.
I'll probably put him in the top 3 in the league, I think.
I would, because I didn't also saying that I didn't expect Nelson Bay to start with Price in the ruck, and I'm not sure that's the best position for him, for Nelson Bay. But with Atkin out of the ruck, Price is in there now, but I said they put Atkin back in there.
Maybe they know something we don't, Gary.
Well, that's why they're coaching. We're only commentating, mate.
I know, yeah.
And they're both doing a good job, Mark Bottrell and David Ross. They both had their challenges during the year, and unavailability was that. He's gone in for a throw. I'm not exactly sure that was a throw, actually.
He's paid it from about 70 metres away. I didn't see it.
We're probably in the same position.
It's going to go to Roach.
Right, Booty goes in, looking for a good lead coming out there for his brother. That's a great pass, great lead. And they'd be disappointed with that there to have that much space for him to lead out. He would have led probably 25 metres virtually straight up the ground, but a great pass by Jake Roach finds his brother.
Yeah, despite the scoreline in the first term, I actually like the setup of the Bulldogs a little bit better going forward. They seem to lead hard and then get out of the space, whereas the Marlins are a little bit more stagnant. So, Roach in the number 4, Jake Roach. Drop punts on its way, got awfully close to the men on the mark, but he's kicked it. It doesn't matter. He's first for the day. Warners Bay back in touch. 20 plays 25, and that goal brought to you by BLK, who is the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions, and the exclusive on-field apparel supplier to the Black Diamond AFL, BLK Beyond Limits Known. So good goal there to Luke Roach. 3 individual goal kickers for the Bulldogs. The only multiple goal kicker of the game is Daniel Mooney of Nelson Bay. So back in the middle we go. It'll be Atkin up against Price. Atkin back in his more traditional position. Gets up. It was a good tap on that occasion by Price, however. Eventually comes out to Bartlam, playing at centre-half back. Got a throw out to Hoff. Hoff kicked it to centre-half forward. Getting there first will be Hearn for Nelson Bay. It's well done to Prentice, who's clean below his feet. Gives the handball back. Poor handball, though, to Bartlam. You have to be better with those hands. Just running over it there was Bartlam, and Price got there first, and now Morgan. So Morgan with a grubby old kick to centre-half forward. Getting there first for the Bulldogs is Burns. He kicks it forward again. Getting there first is Avery, who's been super active in the first half so far. Running over the ball that time. Price is clean. Gives the handball off to Rhyme, and away go Nelson Bay through the middle of the ground.
A really good kick by Rhyme. Again there looking for Mooney, a 2-goal kicker. Marn's on him now. Ball comes to ground. It's on the possession. Going to go there. Vasey picks up. Handball's overtake. A foot race here. Stewart against Lamont. Lamont uses the body very well. He's going to be paid a free kick.
No, he's going to go against him, is it?
Against him.
No, has he changed his mind? No,
he's gone against him. I thought he had the front running.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was...
I would have liked to have just seen that let go.
Yeah.
Just let 2 blokes run after the footy. Anyway, Pfeiffer. Back pocket here for the Bulldogs. That's a lovely kick. Gee whiz. Absolutely centimetre perfect. Bartlam is playing everywhere. He's got it on centre wing right in front of us. Good player, Bartlam.
They've got plenty of room up forward. You're right, the way they move. As Bartlam, right boot goes there. They're going to look for Prentice. He's made some good runs there. Good work there by Hearn, actually to spoil him without making contact with him. Deverell picks it up. He goes one way, goes another. Gets a right boot snap out. How's it going to sit there? It's going there. Nelson Bay got it. Doesn't bounce very well there. Nichols gets it on the right boot. Snap a goal. He's a sharp shooter. You bet he is.
Good player.
No. He's missed to the right. Goal umpire Jason Crookall give absolutely zero away with then. He stood in the middle of the goals.
I was going to say that.
Looked there, everyone for sure and certain. Look at the timekeepers there. They're now rubbing away what they thought was a goal. He gave us nothing away and then just stuck the one finger out.
That has to
well
be a
done,
good kick.
Jason.
It was dropped down. Sorry to cut you off, Gary. Ends up with Luke Roach, who missed another handball. Just got to get better at those. Anyway, Mudd just handballed it into the ground. They're going to get out of trouble here, the Marlins. Eventually comes back to Atkin. Probably another stoppage here at centre half forward, although Schindler Taylor, can he take clean possession? Ball comes out. You can hear the umpire's call. Just handballing it to no one in particular. They're not going to let them out here, the Bulldogs, and well done. It was a poor kick in. And saying that it just did bounce off the chest down there of Mudd.
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, Ryan, in these conditions, I've got no problem at all with the umpires just allowing the game to go. Sometimes the ball, it's going to take that little bit extra to actually to take clean possession of it. So I haven't really got too much problem with that as long as they're consistent with it all the way. I think it's going to be Carey. He's been really good for the Marlins. How's it going to sit? Up goes Ryman. He goes up, one grab, two grab. What a talented player he is there. And he takes the mark on centre wing. Goes there, goes in short and finds Grenier. Grenier gets it and he'll go round Roach there. Goes one way, goes another. Kicks in the middle of the ground there. Mooney against Marm. One-on-one. Over the back it goes there, which is again to allow in there for Nelson Bay. It was Fraser. But Mooney gets it now. Goes round on the left boot he goes. Looks for a short pass. It's going to fall short there of Duval. Heavily pressured by Stewart. Allows Pfeiffer in for Warners Bay. And his kick finds Metcalf in the centre of the ground. They've got an open forward line. Metcalf goes out wide. It's a scrubby old kick. And Avery's going to lead there. Grace, one-on-one. They've had some great one-on-one battles, but the boundary line's going to be too close.
Yeah, I love the energy of Avery. He's just been everywhere in the first half thus far.
He's had a really good year, Chris Avery, as well.
End-to-end footy here.
It certainly is, but you mentioned there it's just about making the most of the opportunity. That little short pass there from Daniel Mooney going forward there just didn't quite hit the target there.
And we mentioned, the kicking skills are an issue for some of these sides more towards the bottom of the ladder, but the handballs off the ground, they've got to hit the target.
Yeah. Good call again. That's what you got to support the player going the ball. Up they go in the ruck. Atkin against Price. Atkin gets a clear tap down there. Goes in there this time for Morgan. He handballs it out wide to Grace. He goes, swings around on the right boot, gets a short handball. It goes there down to Price. Spencer's free, but he goes over him and finds Calorie. So Calorie marks on centre wing.
Your man, Gary Calorie.
Yeah, he's been very good on the right boot. He goes there, looks down there. Mooney, can he get there? He can't. He pushes it out. So Marn gets a hand. Overrunning the ball there was Barton. And out they go. Warners Bay going to get out here again. An underground kick. Clever kick there by Roach. Nickel there. He's got there, Nickel in front of there, well worked out the back there that time.
Clever kick.
By Nichols, and he goes back there and Marn. A half-back flank, right foot, goes in there, over committing the ball. That time there it was Morgan, so allows Metcalf on the left boot. He goes, Schindler Taylor, can he get there? He can't. He's up against Wood. Wood was a bit casual. Schindler Taylor gets it, keeps his feet. On the right boot he goes to the top of the square, looking there for Avery. Grace is not far behind him. He gets it, goes to the ground, the ball, out of bounds, boundary throw in.
Well played once again. Schindler Taylor just didn't go to ground. Little classy right foot banana kick.
Very mature. He didn't go for goals, didn't go for ground. His opponent, David Wood, did go to ground. So allowed Schindler Taylor to get in a very dangerous area. He's come back there. Good work by Crowley. The right boot can't quite get it there. So it's going to be Metcalf. Uses his strength. Back it comes to Nichols. Snaps it around the body. Looks pretty good. Umpire gives it a goal. Josh Nichols and the Bulldogs are back in front.
I think it was Nickel who kicked the last behind that looked like a goal. So gets one there, an even upper. And it's 27 now, Warners Bay. They lead Nelson Bay by 2 points. They've had all the scoring in the second quarter.
Yeah, you're right there, Ryan. They've certainly made the most of their opportunity. They're starting to win more of the ball around the centre, but they've got on top across half-back, and that's where they're starting a lot of their forward forays across that half-back line.
So Atkin, Bartlam, I don't know if he's going to start in the middle here with Roach. So the big guns in there for Warners Bay.
I've got them all in there. Bartlam, Atkin,
Metcalf
Roach.
as well.
Metcalf's in there. Is there now is Barton. He gets a left boot kick. How's it going to bounce? Bounce over the head of Ryman. It sits there now for Crotty. He's immediately tackled by Price.
Good
decision.
decision.
Should be a ball up.
Good decision.
So I think it was Barton was in the ruck there for Nelson Bay. That time Price has moved to centre half forward.
So ball up here, centre half forward for the Marlins. Lamont doing the ruck work. I've liked his endeavour thus far in this match. Haven't had too much attacking footy, but Grenier on this occasion, he looks it up, the big ones, misses to the right.
Yeah,
Grenier kicks it behind.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with that. They worked the ball really well to get that out to him. He had probably a bit more time than what he thought, and just missed the ball to the right. So 1 point of difference at the moment. It's 4-3-27 Warners Bay, 4-2-26 Nelson Bay. We've been playing 9.5 minutes, second quarter at Fian Oval.
So they go straight up the middle of the ground. I think Metcalf was the target, but went over his head. Lamont dropped one in the end that he was uncontested. Bartlam goes through, no free kick there. Eventually comes back to Hearn. So Hearn kicks to no one in particular. That's a scrubby kick and a little bit poor below his knees there. Well done to Stewart. Ducked his head though. Play on the call. Good decision. Metcalf over the top. Bartlam again on his left side. Gets onto his right foot. And it's a pretty good kick. Gets Hoff on the half-back flank for the Bulldogs. This is when they've been pretty good. They've got good forward movement. Schindler-Taylor doesn't do too much leading. And
not the best option there by Tim. I went for the short pass to Buckley, but Stewart was able to chip in and just take the markers against the prize. Now he goes in there looking for Kendrick. Was Brigden nearly got that. So he goes in short, and Vasey should take the mark. Right at centre half forward, too far out to score. Make the lead. They're going one way. Reimer should be his target.
Marn, Deverill, they're all going back to drop in the hole.
It's good work. That is great work there by Jaden Reimer. Got it out one-on-one. Duval there was really good work by Duval because he actually took him up through the centre of the ground. He tracked him. You had Marn and Burns. They went and filled the hole. Reimer was able to get out and one-on-one with Stewart and just used his body. Good kick to advantage. And Reimer going to go back and have a shot on goal.
Isn't he a solid build as well? Looks a really good footballer, Reimer. So Reimer here, he's going to kick from that slide angle. Right footer. It's going to go left to right, you would think. Has he kicked it straight enough? He has. It's a goal to Nelson Bay. They're first for the term, and they're back in front. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. So well done there to Reimer, playing all over the ground. Did a really good defensive job last week on Webster, and was named in their best.
Yeah, look, Jaden Reimer, he's only come back the last few games, for 2 games actually for Nelson Bay. He spent all year playing in the representative for the New South Wales ACT under-18s at TAC Cup level and also in the under-18s National Championships. Unfortunately, his championships were cut short with a groin injury, so...
he's a big 18-year-old.
Oh, he is, yeah. But you have a look at most of the 18s now playing at that level. They certainly are. So to have him come back is a really great boost for Nelson Bay at the end of the year. As this time Turner's going to go back there now. Gets it out to Brigden on the right boot. Goes out wide. Schindler-Taylor leads out. The ball doesn't bounce kindly for him as the rain continues to fall at Fian Oval. And it's going to be a boundary throw in. Half-forward flank, Warners Bay, end of the ground. They're currently trailing at the moment to the Nelson Bay Marlins by 5 points. 12 minutes gone, second quarter.
So boundary throw-in. Just about half forward here for the Bulldogs. Both sides playing just with a couple of one-on-ones up forward. Eventually comes out to Spencer, it was that time. Goes for Price. Jumped at the ball. He's had a free kick. He's going to pay it for an arm chop.
Yeah, arm chop. I think he went made body contact before the ball was there on Crotty. So Price, very important player. Duval makes a lead off the 1 foot. There's no future in that, but it's able to go over the back there. This should fall for Duval if he's all right, but Stewart back there first in the long sleeve jumper. Goes one way, goes another. Puts the ball on the ground. I think they paid one like that in the first quarter. Marn gets tackled. Lamont gets it out. Not probably a real convincing handball that as well there. As Lamont off the ground he goes. Deverill's back there and Deverill takes the mark right in the goal.
A few plays already, Gary, just overrunning the footy and the ball going over the back. No one's going to come and take a big clunk up in the wet weather. Go back, take it on your chest. Yeah. You know, worst case scenario, it's going to end up a draw. There's no real reason to be overrunning the footy. Yeah,
that was careless out here by Ryan Mudd as well. He just crashed in the back of Crowley, and you know, you've got to also be able to judge the football, and you're not going to be taking the big hangers. It's not a matter of running in the back of him. You've got to that one there. Ryan Mudd had to sit on that ball there to spoil it. He gave away a free kick. It's a good pass again. Roach has certainly led very well since he's come on the ground at quarter time. So
you can see Avery go back here. So Roach is going to go for him. He's been active thus far. Jumps at the footy. Just doubled back beautifully. His work rate's sensational. He's going to go back and line up for his second goal.
Yeah, just watch the ball there. He got lost a bit, Ben Grace's opponent there, and Avery was able to get round in front and was just able to take an easy chest mark in the end. So Chris Avery, very, very active.
Rain
in the first
now
half.
Probably, Gary, at its heaviest, you'd say.
Yep, certainly you could say that. Avery's pulled that to the left. And certainly
that's a stat there. I'm taking over old Statsman's job.
You are, mate. Yeah, well, don't go any accents, please.
No, it won't be happening.
But the rain, certainly coming down pretty heavy there. Not that you'll be able to tell on the Bar TV coverage. It's a Calorie takes it and away he goes. If he gets it over here, Barton's got it. If Barton gets it, he can go. It needs to sit up there, though, as Pfeiffer's going to come and meet it. Ball's not bouncing kindly for him. He goes one way. Well done by Barton on the left boot. He goes short there, but he misses everybody. Sat it in the middle, which favoured Burns for Warners Bay. His handball's not the best either, which put Atkin under plenty of pressure and enabled the Nelson Bay forwards to come in and start putting a bit of pressure on him. Lamont's in there for Nelson Bay, and the umpire calls... I will have a ball up there. Umpire down there I think that might be Sam Shergold. And he has a ball up right on the half-forward flank. It's absolutely bucking down at the moment. We've had plenty of those this year. Right, Kendrick on the right boot he goes there, but Mahon playing in front of Mooney. Play on's a call. It was touched off the boot, but no one heard the call. As it goes out there wide, how's it going to sit? It bounces on its point. On this ground, I'm not sure you know which way it's going to bounce. As it goes there, going in there hard there. That time was Murphy for Nelson Bay, but good work by Deverell, and out they go again. The right boot goes out there. It's going to find Avery. He covers plenty of ground, and a very good kick from Pendergast to find him.
So Avery's got it. One out is Roach. He's deep forward. He leads now. It's only really a canter. Avery doesn't honour that one. I don't really blame him. So Metcalf goes forward. He's going to have to go backwards. Probably a good decision in the end, and it's with Deverell. He can play on if he likes. He chooses not to. Just goes off one step to Schindler-Taylor.
Yeah,
Works out okay for them.
Good work by Schindler-Taylor. Then he actually made a number of leads there, and he finally rewarded. Schindler-Taylor goes to the pocket out there. Does he find him? I think he does there. That's his Metcalf. Too far out to score. Right out on the boundary line, the half-forward flank.
Roach wants it long here.
I'm not sure that's Luke Roach especially, and that certainly wouldn't be... That'll be a pretty hard ball to mark there as it comes down there now. Hearn can't get it. He hands the ball off to Mudd. Stewart comes in there, met there with... All there was Buckley. Good body contact there. Schindler-Taylor overruns the ball. Stewart in there. Two really good young footballers in there. Wood gets a handball out there. Trying to punch the ball away was Cowrie, and it's over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Forward pocket, Warners Bay, end of the ground.
It's an awful feeling when you start a game on a dry deck, another side gets the jump, and then it starts raining. You feel like you're almost 10 goals behind when you're only 3. So I think it's good now that the scores are level. Goals are going to be absolutely precious.
They certainly are. It'll be a low-scoring game. There's no doubt about that. And just made the make of your opportunities there. It's good work that time by Murphy, but his kick smothered. It's going to land to a dangerous area. Calorie comes in and picks it up. He gets there. Schindler-Taylor picks the ball. He's dispossessed. Crowley went to go one way. Handballed off. That was throwing the ball. Play-on's a call there. He gets another kick out there. Tackling is at a premium at the moment. A hurry kick coming there. Should sit for Ryman. He could go there. And he does pick it up and away he goes there. He's going to be confronted there by Burns. Good tackle by Burns, but he's able to stand up but forces a handball to go to Atkin, who's dispossessed. It's 4-on-1 at the moment through Warners Bay. Price is the one for Nelson Bay, and he's doing a great job and allows his teammates. They just out Barton. Handball that comes back out there. Mooney can't tack it. Well done by Pfeiffer. He gets it back there. Grinier now against Turner. Grinier's going to pick it up if he can in the wet conditions. Taps it out there to Kendrick. Immediately tackled out there. Tackling is ferocious at the moment. Mahon into Turner. Away goes Burns. On his unfamiliar right foot, he goes to the half-forward line. Gray shipped in front of Avery. Then lays a tackle, allows Spencer to come in for Nelson Bay. He brushes the tackle there of Avery and goes around the right boot again to the centre wing, but it's out of bounds on the full, and the free kick's going to go there to Rob Brigden for Warners Bay.
These blokes will come off at half-time. They'll be that tired. End-to-end footy, tackling at extreme levels. Really good game this one, but another skill error there just in the middle of the ground. Getting turned over, and Nelson Bay might get an attacking chance here, but Marnie just reads the ball so well. On that occasion, it went over his head. Unfortunately, Lamont couldn't take clean possession. Might get another go at it here, Marn. Just kicked it off the ground into his own player, who I think was Metcalf, or it might have been Prendergast down there. He just kicks it to no one in particular. Spencer cuts it off at centre half-back.
You'll notice here today, Ryan, is that there's a lot of balls that are going along through people's legs, overrunning. I think they've got absolutely zero confidence with the surface of the ground here where the ball is going to bounce. So you can't attack the ball with any surety that it's going to bounce how it normally bounces. And I think you'll see a lot of them overrunning, very tentative. So as Mahon got the ball now on the half-back flank. He goes in short.
It's in the back.
In the back, free kick there. One thing, however, with the ground, I'll give Warners Bay credit. They're actually, the footy club, they can't do much. They don't own the ground, but they're actually, at the moment, going through the process of trying to get funding to actually to redo the ground up. So full credit to that.
Hopefully we don't see another Hilton Moore, though. Be good if it gets used straight away.
Well, I'll take a Hilton Moore. Well, I'll take 12 months out to get a Hilton Moore. If that's the, because I think when we get a Hilton Moore next year, I think you'll find it's a fantastic facility, and if that's what it takes, well, we'll be happy to do that.
It's always nice when you play on one of these grounds and then you go to the number ones and you almost live for it. You go to one of those good surfaces. So I think it's not always a bad thing.
It's football, mate. There's plenty of worse grounds around. There's certainly about that. You go play in some of the areas in country Victoria, and you go to Tasmania and play on that gravel ground. Northern Territory where there is no grass. So, so you take what you can get. It comes in there, how's it go? Oh, good mark, play on's a call, not 15 metres. As Cowrie goes in there and lays a tackle there on Prendergast, but Prendergast keeps his feet, gets a left foot. This should fall for Avery, and it does. Very, very dangerous player. He got away from Grace that time, and he's certainly a very elusive player, and he's going to go back, and I think he's having his third shot at goal. He plays on, no, he's going to go in short, and he does, and he finds there Tim Hoff. And Tim Hoff marks 15 metres out from goal. He should be able to go back and should be able to look to put the Warners Bay Bulldogs back in front.
So Hoff. It's a shootout here at Warners Bay. Kicks his first of the day, does Hoff. Strong name, only 6 letters. I like that. First and last name. Kicks his first. Warners Bay back in front. That goal there brought to you by Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club, the venue for the Elliot Davey medal presentation this year. It's located on picturesque Lake Macquarie. The 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all this latest news and promotions, visit 16s16s.com.au or find us on Facebook.
Yep, certainly the Elliot Davey medal presentation night, 2nd of September, should be a great event. As this game is certainly shaping up to be a great event as well. 2 points of margin as there's a free kick for the blood rule, and it's going to be Jaden Reimer. There'll be plenty of blood rules here. We're going to go off for every time there's a scrape.
That's, yeah.
Just going to run past
Maybe it should be prorated with the ground you're on or something.
You would hardly call that flowing blood. Yes. Yeah, righto.
He'll have his break now.
Yeah, exactly. So back in the middle of the ground. Up they go. Price. Up against Acken. Price wins this tap down. Back it comes to Spencer. Handball's pretty aimlessly to no one, which allows Prentice. He goes in, puts the body on the line. You can never accuse him of not doing that as FIFO. Also been very good for Warners Bay today. A hurry kick comes out there and a good run, a good mark taken by Braden Hearn. Certainly grown into his role as a first-grade football this year. Hearn, as that's going to fall short. Oh, gee, just in there by Calorie. I thought it was going to go to Vasey, which would have allowed Metcalf. Now he goes across the ground. Good running, coming there deep in defence there. That time coming out there by Fraser. Dropped what he should have taken there, which is going to put him under pressure as Schindler Taylor. He goes in there and then spoils a handball. Good one-on-one battle. Price is also with Fraser again. Avery's there also. He's tackled by Price. Puts the ball on the ground. Play on to call. He's going to be penalised. And the free kick is going to go for holding the man.
Yeah, they're going to switch it up into the middle of the ground here, Avery, who for mine's been probably the best on the ground. Atkin turns around, just feigns a handball now. He gives it out to Roach. Roach has got it on our broadcast side. He's getting trailed hotly by 2 Marlins, but gets his kick away. Fell over pretty easily, kicked it to his brother. He dropped one he should have taken there, and it was Ericsson who got the handball back. And here go the Marlins through centre half back. This is the important kick. Is it going to be cut off by Roach? It'll go over his head. Might beat them the boundary line, and it does. Just having a look at the footy here. Gary Birkinshaw inspects it. It looks pretty damp.
Going to go and get a stat there, actually, mate. 4 goals, I believe you kicked this morning, mate. Is that right?
Just the 3, but I'll take
Just
4.
Just the 3, yep. Sorry about that, mate. I gave you 1 too many. I think you probably should have kicked 4. There's a ruckman do battle right in front of us. A good contest there. Prentice just taps it back to Prendergast. He puts it on the ground there tackled by Hearn. Metcalf uses his body, uses his bulk really well. Calorie goes after the ball well. He runs straight through anyone in his road. Spencer belies his size by putting in his contest. Goes back there now to Stewart. Keeps his feet and gets a hurry kick out there. Going to put some pressure there now on Wood. Comes in, can't take possession of the ball, but he's going to hold there now and he gets it back. Bit hurried with the kick there. Probably had more time. Crotty goes to ground. Also going there with him is Wood. Gets a handball. Out it comes there now to Bartlett, but he's immediately tackled. And we're going to have a ball up. Certainly plenty committed players out there.
Oh, it's red hot, Gary. No doubt about it.
With plenty on the line, though. Round 16. We're not round 1. It's round 16. I know the 4 points are the same in no matter which round you play, but there's so much riding on the back of this game. As Spencer on the right boot he goes. How's it going there? Falling short. Need to play in front of Nelson Bay forward line. As Marn gets on away they go. Stewart runs from fullback through half-back now. Gets it on the kick out there. There's going to be a free kick down the ground.
I don't think Marm would let people play in front of him. He seems to be in front in every contest. That's going to come back to Stewart, is it? Or is it downfield?
No, it's downfield. It's going to go to Nickel right in front of us.
So Nickel's got it on centre wing here. We're into time on in the second term. There's 2 points separating these sides. It's a really even contest all over the ground. So Nickel, who's been pretty good, he's just going to chip it over the top, and those kicks have to be good in the wet. Yeah. And it is marked pretty easily in the end by Prentice.
They did well, Warners Bay, to create the space there. So Prentice goes all these. He didn't do well there. It's just that. It's just that one step, trying to kick off the one step. As a siren sounds, mate, for half-time at Fian Oval in the battle for fourth position. And as you would expect, it's a very tight contest. So at half-time, it's Warners Bay. The home side are going to take a 2-point lead into the break. 5-4-34, leading Nelson Bay. 5-2-32.
Goal kickers for Warners Bay, they're all singles. Luke Roach with one, Chris Avery, Tim Hoff, Josh Nicol and Alex Metcalf. For Nelson Bay, it's Brad Spencer with one, Jaden Reimer with one, Kieran Lamond with one, and the only multiple goal kicker on the ground is Daniel Mooney of Nelson Bay.
Yep, 3 goals to 1 that quarter there by Warners Bay. Given that slender lead, and we'll be back here in 10 minutes for the second half of what should be an enthralling finish.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is car 33. I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Second half action here about to begin at Fagan Oval, Warners Bay, but some scores from around the grounds. Firstly, at Adelaide Street Oval, the home side Killarney Vale of 4-3-27. They're trailing Terrigal Avoca 8-8-56. And at number one sports ground, it's Newcastle City 9-7-61. They're leading Cardiff 5-1-31, Gary.
Yeah, a couple of good battles there. Cardiff have fought back a little bit there at number one. As we're right back in the centre of the ground here right now as umpire Harrison Crook throws the ball up in the air. Atkin in the ruck there against Price. Price wins it down. 2 points in favour of Warners Bay. As a kick smothered there. It's going to be Turner who's going to put Warners Bay into the inside 50 for the first time. Schmaler Looms can't take the ball there. Mudd gets a tap from over there from Grace as Josh Nichols gets it on the board. Kick a goal. How's it going to go? Roach down there. Goes one way, goes another. Kicks it off the ground. Along the ground, sorry.
Gee, that would have been a massive goal.
Oh, would have been
30 seconds into the second half. Warners Bay with just a 3-point lead here. Opening stages of the third term. Really even contest in all areas of the ground. Probably just a few skill errors costing either side a significant lead, but it is wet.
Who would
it is
you think,
a hard deck.
Who would you reckon you think would be most likely, Ryan, for watching the game for the first time? Who would you think?
I'd
Which
back
side
Nelson
would
Bay.
you back Nelson Bay?
Yep.
On what basis?
I just think probably they've got more game winners. And I don't know, just certain passages of play. I like the spine. I like their top six. I like their leaders. Both sides defensively have been pretty good, but I just feel like, something tells me Nelson Bay.
If I just say to you that you need to kick 10 goals to win the game, where would Nelson Bay going to get their 10 goals from? As another behind rush through there to Warners Bay. Just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just not sure with their setup. I just think at the moment Warners Bay look a lot more assured going forward, a lot more move, a lot more open spaces, more likely to kick goals than when Nelson Bay.
They do. I don't know. I just like their competitiveness maybe.
Well, if that's the case, I don't disagree with you, Ryan, but one thing they're going to do, they're going to need to stay with him the whole time as Nichols chips in there, looking for Roach. He can't take the mark. Nearly got on the fingertips there as Joel Eriksson sees the ball over the line. They need to stay with him. And that's for both sides. They're going to need to stay with them through the whole time.
But it's a good point. I actually don't know who their key forward is. We see Mooney up there now. He's kicked 2, but he's certainly not a marking target. He's good when the ball comes to ground.
Tim Duval needs to get into the game. He hasn't touched the ball in the first half, so he's going to need to get into the game.
Absolutely.
Jaden Rhyme has been well controlled there by Dean Crotty. So that's where it's going to be. But the other thing is that I just look at the moment, though, you've got Matty Martin and Ben Burns just control things really well. And you look down there, Burns at the moment is playing 10 metres in front of Mooney down there, which is all good and well for Mooney, though, if the ball's going to come out. But in dry conditions, it's not going to come down that quick. So
you think Warners Bay will get the points?
No, I'm not saying that. I just think that they look most likely at this stage. I just think that they've got a better structure than what's going on at the moment. And but in saying that, if the ball goes, the longer the game goes, and the closer it gets, that's what I think it'll become more a lottery. I think Warners Bay are more likely to get a match-winning break than what Nelson Bay are.
You see Prentice come off the ground here. He doesn't look in a good way. Not putting weight on either.
It must be an ankle, I think, is it?
Either leg.
Ankle and knee by the left leg.
Ball injury. Up here on the half-forward flank for the Bulldogs. Little handout comes to Jake Fraser. Ball goes over again. Warners Bay, they look up and about. They're up for a challenge here at home. They want a finals berth.
One thing I'd like to see Price out of the ruck. I really would. I'd like to see him either, and it doesn't matter whether he goes forward or, say, centre-half forward or centre-half back. He's either adapted either ground. I just think that at the moment he's got a handball there, which he does well, but he needs to be the one there to target, because this is where they're falling down here again as Pfeiffer comes out and takes a mark at half-back. They're just falling down across half-forward, and he can provide that. That should be a free kick there. He can't make contact from front on. So Schmaler Looms, though. Play on's a call. Handballs back, it comes to Marn. Marn on the right, but goes back there. Grace against Avery. Falls for Schindler Taylor. He's going to get it. He brushes the tackle. Away he goes, gets a handball back to Turner. Intercepted there, and a calorie again for Nelson Bay. He could have got a free kick for holding the man. Near the boundary line, Schindler Taylor gets a hurry kick out. Well done by Schindler Taylor. He's created something out of nothing there and found Avery. On the right boot he goes. Nichols his target. Back goes Stewart. Good defensive work. Coming down there also, that then out there, I think that might be
Reimer, is it?
Reimer's back there. I don't think that's where they need him, that's for sure. As back it goes over to Nichols there, one-on-one with Deverill. Going back there, didn't go in hard enough there with Spencer. As Pfeiffer gets it back to Prendergast. Good tackle that time by Spencer. I'll take back what I just said about him. Play on the call. As Bays comes back there. Goes in Spencer again with Roach. Prendergast gets a hurry kick out there. How's it going to bounce there? Comes back there now. Across it comes to Morgan. Bartlett can't take the mark, but they got the numbers. They seem to have the numbers in the right area of the ground, and Bartlett chips it across there to Marn. Wing takes a mark. Away he goes. Kicking down, looking in the direction of Luke Roach. Good spoil over the top by Reimer. And that is certainly an interesting move. Reimer back to fullback.
Yes. Agree. Have him in the forward half. They need to kick a score.
Well,
Marn's toweling him up at half back.
He looks to have changed him with Ericsson. So Ericsson's gone to half forward.
You'd play Price at centre half forward, would you, Gary?
Half forward or half back. Probably it doesn't really. You play both at some stage, no doubt. I just think taking the ruck, I just think he's taking him right out of the game. You would think being in the ruck there, you might get. But he's in around the contest all the time. As Spencer goes there long, but once again, it's going to go to Roach.
Morgan again.
This is where they just cannot get the ball past here. So at least by having, if you put, I'm not sure it doesn't really matter who you have in the ruck there. You can put Rudd back in the ruck. You can put Barton. Both have done that job well, but at the moment they're just giving them every opportunity to just keep rebounding the ball. And if and what happens if the ball's going to spend more time inside Warners Bay 50, they're going to kick a score sooner or later. So they need to be able to balance that out there. And you just look there; they're just well structured across the back there. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 2, 4, 6. 6 to 4 at the moment across half back line. So it's very hard for Nelson Bay to penetrate. As a handball comes out there, it's going to fall for Schmaler Looms. Gets a little slick handball, too slick there for Nichols. Picked up this time there by Fraser. Here comes Grenier. Grenier gets it, away he goes. He kicks it long there. This should fall out there right to Duval. And Duval takes the mark on the half forward. Needs the movement coming. Mooney's got to move. So Duval on the kick. He found Price. He has Hearn. Good lead by Braden Hearn, sorry. And Hearn takes the mark.
Yeah, it was probably the most precise we've seen them go forward today, Nelson Bay. It was a lovely drop punt kick. We haven't seen too many of them. And Hearn in the 15 took a good chest mark running at pace.
So good, this will call the calls for Price to go down there, but he can't be doing that all the time. So Hearn, this would be a good goal if he can kick this. It looks pretty good off the boot. It looks really good off the boot. That is a great kick by Braden Hearn. Great lead, great mark, and the Marlins are back in front.
Great game of footy, this one. That goal there brought to you by the Entertainment Grounds Central Coast. They've quickly established themselves as the premier events location on the Central Coast. The Entertainment Grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
Yeah, great finish there by Braden Hearn, but I'm going to give a quick mention there to Tim Duval. He hasn't got the ball, but he's actually made a lead out there. He's actually taken the ball across half forward, and that's the mobility we need. Nelson Bay need from him to actually to be more mobile, be that marking target, and try and break up the Matt Marn, Ben Burns monopoly across half back for Warners Bay. So let's see where Nelson Bay goes there. They've hit the lead again, and away they go. Spencer, back it comes to Price. Brushes the tackle there of Tim Hoff, and Price on the left boot goes there. Leading out there is Hearn. Kicked the last goal. He's got a bit of confidence there. Goes to ground in front of the boundary line. It's amazing what a goal does, isn't it?
Oh, they're up and about, most certainly. Lincoln Stewart down there at fullback. Also down there, the goal sneak Mooney. I like that. As we look at the back line here, Nelson Bay. So they've got Jake Roach playing full forward. He's isolated with Reimer, Gary.
Yeah. You're saying that, one thing with Reimer. Reimer has played all his representative football year in the back line, probably, and played fullback for New South Wales. So that's where he feels comfortable, because he hasn't really touched the ball much across half forward.
Yeah.
So going back there, and if he can give him some rebound back there, but good work infield, gets a kick coming forward there, but Roach is coming back there. Not that that's bad for Nelson Bay. If Jake Roach has taken the marks between, if he's camping himself across half back, he's certainly more dangerous if he's getting the ball between wing and half forward. There's good work by Nichols, good tap, but Marn's going to get it now, and he runs through centre wing, kicks it over to the half forward line. Dylan Stewart should go back and take the mark, and he does. He's a good player, Dylan Stewart, a really, really good player.
Yeah, always composed, Stewart, so he runs. He goes lateral this time, kicks it over to the far end of the ground.
Price has made a lead here. Should be able to get Price.
He's going to go for him.
Where's their next target going to be? This is where they're falling. This is where they've got all the numbers. That's a good kick there. Is finding Liam Kendrick at half forward. Duval's leading. Fraser's going down there. Fraser could take this mark. He's in a position to take it. Up he goes, and he does take it.
Free kick. It's going to go the way of the Bulldogs, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was there. Was it probably 3 or 4 metres off the contest when he made contact?
Fraser's struggling to get up.
So here's some sore bodies out there.
Yeah. Just he's at the bottom of that pack there as he's gone to ground, and once again he was in pretty good position there. Fraser, he's just unfortunately the numbers behind him.
Here's, as we see, Roach and Vasey down here on centre wing.
Just calling the stretch. I think it might be an ankle or a knee, I think. But, certainly a good mark. Just gave the free kick away. So plenty bit of intensity in it at the moment. There's certainly plenty on the line. There's going to be. There's no doubt about that.
Do a quick sponsor read here. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for 20 years. We also have the Makua-Corinda Waters Golf and Spa Resort on board in 2015. Relax or play and stay. And also for the best on ground today, they'll get a $20 voucher for Subway Morisset, which is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Support local businesses, Subway, eat fresh. And also the major sponsor for our league, it is Wilson Security, Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
Yeah, quick update on the scores. Other scores at Adelaide Street Oval is Terrigal of Oak at 9-8-62, leading Killarney Vale 4-3-27. And at number one sports ground, Newcastle City 9-9-63, still leading Cardiff 5-1-31. So Fraser coming off the ground on a stretcher, unfortunately for Nelson Bay. Hopefully it's not too bad of an injury, as the free kick's going to be paid there now. And it's going to be Marn.
Yeah, so it was initially an in the back decision off the ball, I believe. So Marn will have it at fullback, who's been as active as ever. He's going to go for the chip pass down there to Burns. Burns just goes off one step, which is probably isn't the most wise decision in the wet, but it was well done there, creating a contest. Bartlam, and on the bottom of that pack is Pat Calorie. Yeah. We've played, probably about 9 minutes of play with that stoppage.
Probably would have stopped for a couple of minutes there, so go a little bit longer, but right in front of us here, the boundary, the ball up goes up there. Won that time there by Crowley. It goes there by Spencer. Stewart's going to come in there and pick the ball up. Immediately tackled by Metcalf for Warners Bay. And we're going to have another ball up right on centre wing.
So just a 2-point lead now to Nelson Bay. I can't remember the margin being over. Early on, it was
11 points, I think the greatest margin has been. But they've certainly held the lead for the majority of the game of Nelson Bay. But it comes back there now. Stewart again, taps it one way, picking up there. Good work by Prendergast, but he's picked it up, and good strength there by Prendergast. Bartlam's going to have it in front there. He's there up against Grinier. Good hip and shoulder there by Grinier, and good contest by both players. It's going to be out of bounds.
Really good one-on-one battles all over the ground here. No side really giving an inch. We can see Warners Bay, they're setting up in a straight line.
So this is the injury. You've probably got Deverell there, you got Marn there. They're both loose at round centre and half back as Metcalf. He uses his strength really well, Metcalf. It goes there. Nickel can't take the ball, so Stewart picks it up. He's immediately tackled. As Metcalf's a bit slow getting up the ground there. Looks like he's got a bit of a corky, I think. Certainly goes in hard, Metcalf. Absolutely. I really like the way he plays.
Yeah, it's half forward here for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a really good last quarter regardless, but they've been doing some good work, the Bulldogs. They just can't register a score, so they little scrubby kick once again. Ends up in the hands eventually of Vasey, who just kicks it on with his left foot to centre-half forward where Hearn, the ball just beats him there with that bounce. It's happened all day on this hard surface. Another player down now at centre wing. It's a Nelson Bay player. But now out on the far side, I believe it's Hoff who's going to kick forward. It's a one-on-one here. Schindler Taylor kept his eyes on it, but going hard, Roach. Luke Roach on that occasion. Charged out from full forward. Took a strong contested chest mark there in front of Jaden Reimer.
Yeah, look, good mark. Good coming. Roach has certainly been very, very influential up forward. He's given him that really good target. He's going to go back and give him a chance. He's kicked one, so he's going to go back a chance to put him in front there again.
There's two teams out there. You ready yet?
We're going to be a 50-metre play.
What for?
Don't know. It's going to be as Roach is going to go in there now. He should be. He comes in, kicks the goal. Goal to Roach. Warners Bay back in front.
So the Bulldogs take the lead there. 50-metre penalty. The goal will go down to Luke Roach. He took a strong chest mark in front of Reimer about 40 metres out from goal. Was March 50. Now they lead 42-38, Gary.
Yeah, it certainly is. And look, a good goal. I'm not sure what the 50 was for, actually. It was quite an interesting bit of play. There was a player on the ground there. I think it was Barton. There was something resulting around that. So, anyways, Barton's now coming off the ground. He better go through the interchange area, or that could. But anyway, back on the footy action. It's Warners Bay, 4 points in front of Nelson
wasn't
Bay.
anything that happened in the forward
No, it was
line
right
where
in
Roach
front
was.
of here. Yeah. So certainly upset the Nelson Bay faithful. As Price goes in a big knock back there. They're back in front there again. Roach gets it and tackled immediately. It's going to be. It should be a free kick there. Should be turnover. Free kick's going to go the way there of Nelson Bay. So both sides, discipline's going to play a huge part in this game.
Absolutely.
And I think at the moment, I think both sides are a little bit guilty of that at the moment. So you need to regain your composure. A lot on the line. Can't be giving away silly free kicks. And I'm not sure, Nathan, that's really the smart thing to do either. When you just take a short kick, 10 metres from your opponent, and then kick the ball out of bounds or to no one out of bounds in the forward. You just need to focus on what's required in the game and focus on the football. That's what it's going to be. Whoever plays the better football is going to win this game. Discipline will be important.
Just the only multiple goal kick on the ground, Daniel Mooney. So they're certainly sharing it between all players. No side really having a dominant forward today. Eventually comes out. Turner there was jumped on by Kendrick, I think it might have been.
Good work by Kendrick, spoiling that tackle there, spoiling that marking
Just
attempt
jumped
there
hard at the footy, didn't
by
he?
Turner, yes.
Getting pretty dark here at Warners
It
Bay.
is, but it has stopped raining. Good news.
You sure?
No, I'll take it back. It has to stop raining. I'm looking at the Bar TV pictures. That's how good the Bar TV pictures are.
So Luke Roach now, he's at the opposite end of the ground, the goal kicker.
Swap with his brother
Very
there,
vacant
Jake.
full forward line for the Dogs.
Amazing at the moment. There's no possession that's gained when the ball goes out of bounds of someone coming and pushing, shoving, or whatever. Plenty of trying to assert their authorities. It comes out there. Buckley gets a left foot kick. Good work there by Mudd. Couldn't take the mark. They were up against Schmaler Loom. So Mudd gets it. Tackle there. Gets it. Taps the ball out there. Allows Avery to come into it. He gets it on the right boot. He goes there. One-on-one contest. Jake
Good
Roach
contest
against Jaden Reimer. Who's got the best recovery? Reimer goes back there. He picks up. He can't pick it up there in front of Roach. He goes over there. He picks him up there. That's
Hold the
holding the
ball.
ball.
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball. Should be penalised. Holding the ball is.
Good decision.
Yeah.
Tried. He just ducked his head, Reimer. It probably
Yeah.
cost him in the end.
Yeah, he put the head
Jake
down.
Roach is
tried
not
to-
going to beat him in a one-on-one in,
Nah. Good
the-
work
the
by
standing
Roach. He
still.
just stayed on him. Then as soon as Reimer went to ground, he was always going to be in trouble. And Jake Roach is going to go back at an opportunity to have a shot on goal, which could be just a bit important there to...
So it's going to be a 50-metre penalty. And this will be a 10-point lead now to Warners Bay. So in the shades of three-quarter time...
free kick there goes to Roach. That's
So
a goal.
Jake Roach kicks the goal there for Warners Bay. They're out to a 10-point lead. We've played 15 minutes of the third term. A little bit of breathing space for them in a low-scoring game, Gary.
Yeah, it certainly was. Look, if I was coach today, Rob, I would get Nathan Vasey off the ground right now. You know, look, at the end of the day, his focus is not on the game at the moment. The focus is on the man. Yeah, and it's not doing his side any good at all.
100%.
So he needs to focus. He's too good at football to be running around doing what he is at the moment. So he needs to focus on it. If Nelson Bay are going to win this game, he's going to need to be the one to actually to come in and set the standard for the side.
Agree, 100%.
So back in the centre of the ground.
That's two for Jake Roach now.
Yep, good work there. Two soft goals from 50-metre free kicks. It comes back there now. It's taken that time by Grinya. Going in hard there. Taking was Duval. Out there to Kendrick. A good kick coming forward there. Once again, though, they've just got all the money. The setup is just completely wrong at the moment.
Big snap kick came from Marn. It's a one-on-one here.
Good work by Duval.
Well done by Duval. Stewart made the contest also.
Good
Coming through hard
contest
was
there.
Hearn.
Good work. There's Lamont's
Quite
there
right.
as well.
Where the punches are! Send him off!
Certainly losing control at the moment. Both sides' discipline is certainly not it's not what it should be. The free kick's going to go to Lamond. So is Lamond. A nice kick for ball. He goes to the square. Who they got down there? Price is obviously his target. Up he goes there. One grab, two grab. Great hands. Great
Great
mark.
hand, yeah.
Luke Price.
Key player in the goal square makes a huge difference. Tall bloke. He's not getting any shorter.
He certainly isn't. And look, that was just used. His bulk strength there was able to hold him off. A good kick in by Lamond.
You feel like they need one, Gary. If Warners Bay go into three-quarter time 10 points up,
Yep.
we're never back against them. So
Well, that's what we said before. I reckon
Important
Nelson Bay, if they can stay with them, they're in with a chance. You come in. That's what they're doing there. Good
Class.
goal by Price.
good finisher, kicks the goal, marching back to 4 points. Well done, Price. Well done, Nelson Bay.
One thing that's happening is the Nelson Bay crowd, they're right into it now. They're starting to get a bit of voice about them. That's it. They feel they've been hard done by. I don't agree with it.
I think the umpiring's been okay, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's difficult conditions to umpire. There's a lot of niggle going in the game. And I think that if they focus on their own game more than worrying about what the umpires are doing, I think that they will be a lot better off. But it's certainly a close contest here. It's only the 4 points of margin. We've been playing almost 19 minutes here. The game will go a bit
half an hour
quarter, a
this
bit
quarter.
longer. Yep. So, but they're hanging in there, Nelson Bay. It's going to go in the last quarter, no doubt about it, as Price in the ruck there against Crowley. Price taps it down there, taken that time by Buckley, smothered by Price. Out comes there now to Duval. He's more in the game now. He's out to centre half forward. But looking to the right of the screen now, right there now, looking back there, you can see Marn, you can see that. They need to get players back there. Nelson Bay need to man those positions. They need to man those players up.
100%. Marn's going to carve him up at half back. He's been doing it.
He's too smart. So they just need to have someone there. Marn there, he's holding the ball. That could have been holding the ball as Kendrick gets it on the right boot. It goes there. It's going to sit up there. Murphy comes in there with Stewart.
Well
Good
done.
work by Stewart. A good strong mark there.
Great grab.
I don't think that wasn't 50 metres. That certainly was not 50 metres.
Absolutely.
That was
not.
in
But
that
they
was
had
it. That
their
was
eye
in
on
the
footy, didn't they?
that was in the course of taking the mark. So that's it was probably taking that mark. That should have just been a free kick. It wasn't 50 metres. It wasn't a late tackle. It goes out there wide. They're going to attack there. Roach is his target. Good
well
there.
done.
Good work again. Good try. He's been very
Great
good.
mark. Kept his eyes on the footy the whole time.
Yeah.
Going back with the flight in front of Ericsson.
yeah.
Not easy to do. He's had a good quarter.
Yeah, he's been probably. I'd go as far as to saying he's the most dangerous player forward on the field. He's been the most impressive for 3 quarters.
Yeah. Good call, Gary.
It's Roach looking for goal number 3. Looks pretty good.
Good kicking in the wet. Very impressed with these set shot kicks. Warners Bay, they kick ahead again. That's that 10-point buffer. As we just about tick into time on here in the third term. That goal brought to you by Prime 7, who has more footy on more nights, live and free. Their coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Marquee Friday and Saturday night matches. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team. Second goal of the day there to Luke Roach.
Yeah, good goal there, and it's the 8th goal of the game. So 8-6-54. Nelson Bay 7-2-44. 10 points. We're in time on in the third quarter. A big 5 minutes coming up, right? A big 5 minutes.
Huge. I think probably more so for Nelson Bay. I don't think they can afford to allow another goal. You feel like Warners Bay have got all the momentum. I agree with what you said. They're controlling the footy more around the ground. And here they go, Nelson Bay through Vasey. Such an important player if they're going to win today. Getting there first will be Marn. Just reads the ball so well. Kicks it out in the direction of Turner, who will get there first with the boundary line beat him. It won't. Turner takes possession, beats a tackle there in Kendrick, and just kicks long up the wind. He's going for Bartlam. It's a good kick. Bartlam takes a chest mark on his own. A strong lead now comes from Schindler Taylor. Does he go to him? He won't. He's going to go longer for Roach. Will the ball get to Roach? Gee, what a pass that is as well. Roach couldn't take it down in front. It's a wet footy, bar of soap. Down there, Stewart for Nelson Bay. Well done to Nickel. He's been active. Stewart gets in there again. Takes clean possession. Little left-handed handball out to no one really. Getting it now is Mud. Good tackle though by Nickel. And away we go through half-back. They can't get clean possession, though, Nelson Bay. Good tackling pressure there from Atkin. Comes back to Luke Roach. Does he try and beat a tackle?
That's holding the ball. That's holding the ball. That's holding the ball. Good decision there.
Good decision, umpire.
Yeah. That pleased the Nelson Bay crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've paid them when they've been there.
Yeah, they have been, yep.
So it's centre half-back here, and Reimer's got the footy for a good tackle.
Interesting setup at the last bounce. Jaden Reimer actually took the ruck contest. Price is up at half forward, so Reimer was in the ruck. So just throwing them around there to try and get him into the game is important to him. And so is Roach. I noticed there that Stewart's now gone up onto Price. So Price there as it goes in there now to Morgan. So there Morgan, they've got numbers set up their back, goes in short. This is a better build-up taken there by Vasey. So
you can still see it centre half forward. There's just a lot of congestion, like lead and get out.
Yeah.
You can see it now. That's good work there by Grinier. He led, he got out of the hole, but you can see further up the ground, it just looks still very standstill. They keep kicking to these contests. Goes over the back on that occasion. Prentice was down there, as was Stewart. Comes back to Buckley and Burns, beg your pardon. And now he kicks down to centre wing. Getting there first will be Grinier. That man again gives the handball back. It's a risky handball. It's a one-on-one contest. And they go forward. Warners Bay to centre half forward. One-on-one contest. Ericsson on Roach. The ball bounces, goes straight up in the air as it's done all day. Roach does well, gives a handball out. He won't go to ground. Sheila Taylor, well, he does. Good tackle again, and probably be a stoppage. Just about full forward. It's deep forward for Warners Bay. They can't concede a goal here, Nelson Bay. They trail, beg your pardon, they trail by 2 points.
That's holding the ball. Good decision there again. Yep. Good tackle. Went one way. There's 10 points the margin at the moment. Ryan, as the rain starts bucketing down here again. And good work by Dylan Stewart. Being one of Nelson Bay's best. Oh, that's a poor kick, however. That is set Prendergast right here again. Good tackle play on there. Gee, they got away with one there. As away goes Stewart again now on the right boot. DeVale there, one-on-one contest. DeVale goes over the top of Hoff. Barton goes there and goes to ground there. Kicking off the ground there is Crotty for Warners Bay. Picked up there by DeVale. Handball's over the top, but it doesn't get past Crotty. Crotty handballs about. Out of bounds.
54 plays 44. We're into time on here. The Shadows are three-quarter time. Players going down everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a wet day. Hard conditions. Tackling's been an absolute premium. Goals at premium.
Looks like
there is Vasey.
Looks like a bit of cramp, I think, here. Murphy is it back right there. Right in a tough contest there is Reimer. And Reimer's doing a good job. He's only been there a few minutes, but I think that could be a pivotal move.
As the rain falls heavily here again. 10-point margin in favour of Warners Bay. It's a big lead in the context of this game. Comes down now. Eventually, DeVale took, I think it was Crotty high.
Yep.
It'll be a throw-in. Yeah. Broadcast side here.
Right in front of us here, nearly three-quarter time, 24.5 minutes gone. We had a couple of stoppages this quarter. They'll go a little bit longer. But 10 points of margin at the moment. Certainly Warners Bay in the box seat. Certainly not home by a long shot ever. It goes over the back there. Quick handball comes back and they're going to spear it out. It goes there. If it sits all right for Brigden, he could have a shot on goal, but he doesn't. Overruns the ball. Going there is Schindler Taylor. He goes one way. Nichols in. A hurry kick off the boot's going to land all right. Bartlome takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Drops the mark. So Stewart picks up again and Nelson Bay are going to clear it again as Braden Hearn. Can't tape the mark, however, but allows Grinier. He's there to pick it up. Handball's back. It comes to DeVale. A little bit too slow. But he gets there. Goes in hard on the ball again. We're going to be a ball up. Siren sounds. It's three-quarter time in the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL match of the day, and it's Warners Bay 8-6-54, leading Nelson Bay 7-2-44.
Goal kickers for Warners Bay, multiples to Jake Roach. He has 2, so does his brother Luke, also with 2. And the singles, Chris Avery, Tim Hoff, Josh Nickel, and Alex Metcalf. For Nelson Bay, the only multiple goal kickers, Dan Moody, he's got 2. And then singles to Brad Spencer, Luke Price, Jaden Reimer. Hearn's got 1, and also Kieran Lamont, Gary.
Yeah, look, 10 points margin as the rain gets heavier here at Fee and Abel's. Not favouring any end, the weather, but you would think with a 10-point advantage, all the work's to be done by Nelson Bay. Can they do it? Certainly can. But as I said, it's all, at the moment, certainly favouring Warners Bay. So we'll be back shortly with the final quarter.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is Car 33. I'm going on my break.
Affirmative, we have a visual.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Welcome back. Final quarter action. Round 16 Black Diamond Cup. Other scores from around the ground at Adelaide Street. Killarney Vale 5-3-33. Terrigal Avoca leading 12-10-82. They seem to have won that one. And Newcastle City a commanding lead over Cardiff 17-11, 113, 5-1-31 are the Hawks. But really good game of footy here. Both sides 4 and 10 coming into today. Final spot on the line, Gary. You were at the Nelson Bay address.
Yeah, look, they were pretty confident that they could do it. They said if they played the same as they did last week, remembering that they outscored Terrigal Avoca 6-3 in the last quarter last week. So they said if they play that like that, they'll get this game. I'm not sure they're going to be given the same latitude this week as probably what they got when the game was over against Terrigal Avoca. But there's a lot on the line here. They just need to focus on the game. 10 points is not a insurmountable deficit, but they would certainly need the first goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Only the one multiple goal kicker. A few of their small forwards and midfielders have popped up, but we just need to know here who's going to stand up and maybe kick 2 or 3 match-winning goals for the Marlins. That's the question.
Good tap there by Reimer. Good handball comes out the back there. It's going to fall this time out there for Morgan. He went one way, ran around the ball a little bit, and then picked up and was immediately dispossessed of the ball. Good tackle there by Warner's Bay. They're going in waves here at the moment. It's a good tackle by Prendergast, but it gets out there to Spencer. He gets a quick handball just as he was being tackled there. Prendergast goes in, rides one bump, rides another, then gets the kick away. Atkins off the ground there. Good play by the Warner's Bay. They get it, go for it. Roach again shows a clean pair of heels back there. He's been good and very clever. Goes back, doesn't quite find the target, but it's all right there as Turner's got time to slip a handball off to Bartlam. Spearing kick in there, and Schindler Taylor takes the mark.
What a pass in these conditions. With that footy, we'll give him
Really-
the benefit of the doubt. It was intentional.
Yeah, really good work there by Roach, though, as the lights come on here at being able to go back there, had the poise to go back, use the ball, go back, didn't fit the target, but they had numbers there, and Bartlam, great kick. And Schindler Taylor to go back. Has he kicked the goal today, Ryan?
Yes.
No, he'll go back looking to kick his first. This will be making it very tough for Nelson Bay.
So Schindler Taylor is a classy footballer. I like the way he moves. Drop punt is on its way. Has it snuck in? It has. Gets inside the right goalpost. They're up and about. And a pretty big lead now in the context of this game. Warners Bay lead by 16 points, Gary.
Yeah, look, a very, very good finish by Schindler Taylor, and it was a good build-up. Certainly what Nelson Bay, they've certainly got the job ahead of them now. How they respond. A youthful Nelson Bay needs someone to stand up. Someone's got to show the leadership.
BLK is the official apparel supplier to the Tigers, Richmond Tigers, that is, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions, and the exclusive on-field apparel supplier to the Black Diamond AFL. BLK is beyond limits known.
Great tap by Ryman to Vasey, and away you go forward on.
Look at the bounce, Gary.
Grinya. Grinya gets it there. Gets 2 against 1, however. 3 goals down. Nelson Bay got to throw caution to the wind, no doubt about that. And the first thing I would do is to make sure that if there's 7 defenders, Warners Bay defenders in my forward line, I'm going to have seven attackers there. They're not going to have any loose players at all.
Gary. You got Pfeiffer who's dropped back. Yeah. Marn's just come up to this contest.
The Pfeiffer's there now. It's not as if Nelson Bay are winning the contest around the middle. They haven't got players behind the ball, so all their players are going into the contest. It's not as if they're winning those hands down either. As Wood, a hurry kick coming there. That's what we're talking about. Burns was there. Pfeiffer was standing right next to him. Whenever they've got loose players in the back line, I'm not sure how they're going to penetrate and get those shots on goal.
Yeah, exactly right. They're not going to pinpoint a pass in these conditions as they kick it down to our broadcast side. Big pack of players jump at it. Reimer got hands to it. Down there's Deverell. He did the full 360. Is that holding the footy? Yeah, good decision.
Good call. I reckon the umpire's been all right, Ryan. I know the Nelson Bay hierarchy will disagree, but I reckon they've been all right. They've allowed the game to flow. Difficult conditions, but they've allowed...
Here, on the broadcast side. I totally agree. Gary, the umpire, was blindsided then, but he saw the ball come to ground. It was a full 360.
Yeah.
Prior opportunity, good decisions. Vasey goes to full forward. Good one-on-one contest down there, but it was a great punch from, I think it was Crotty. Comes out now to Mooney, who was active in the first half. Got the left foot kick back inside, trying to square it up. Ball went to ground. Shinner Taylor kept his feet. He always does. That's holding the footy, isn't it? Just dropped it. Play on the call. Going in hard down there was Marn. Gave the handball out to Metcalf. Putting his head over it was Stewart.
Well done, Stewart.
Tried to beat a tackle.
Holding the ball.
Now holding the ball. Dropped it. Good decision again.
Yeah, holding the ball there. Had the opportunity to slip a handball out and
turn up.
And
Well
failed to do. Yep, so unlucky there for Stewart. He's trying to take the game on. Schindler Taylor dropped a mark he should have taken there. So Wood under pressure from Wood in the back. Free kick there goes the way.
Looking to move it back into the middle of the ground. Probably the kick has to be good, it is. And then marked there is Ben Burns. So Ben Burns got it in the middle of the ground. Certainly their game to lose now, Warners Bay. Avery, he was so good in the first half. Gets there again. Tackled, bodied off the ball. Play on was the call. In there's Vasey. Beats a couple of tacklers. Handball back. Just using it by hands here, Nelson Bay. They don't want to overdo it. Crashing through was Nickel. Vasey again. Eventually gains about 50 metres for his team. Down there's Spencer. Does the 360 and handballs back. They don't just want to bomb it to nobody, but in the end they're going to have to because the pressure's too good. But it's well done down there to Mooney. Just bodied his opponent under the ball. It wasn't in the back. Good decision, I think. So Mooney with the left foot will just chip it over the top. Once again off one step. Just little...
There's
1%ers in footy.
No movement at all. No movement. That's once again just fine, mate. That is... Yeah, the forward setup, I've got to admit, is quite bewildering, Ryan.
Well, they've got to put...
spoke about that beforehand.
It's been like that since the first quarter, and it hasn't really been changed.
No.
Warners Bay have done what they've liked in the back line.
Yeah.
Good contest there. Players watching the footy. Yeah. Getting there first was Crotty. He was tackled. He didn't have the footy. Free kick.
Yeah.
Against Barton there.
Yeah, they've just... they've just really been... They've outworked them. No doubt about that. Outsmarted them with players behind the ball and then working the ball forward and using the ball really well. It goes up there to half for their ball. Doesn't sit rightly, but Reimer's going to get it away. He goes. A short kick goes there. He finds Grinya. He wants to slip. Reimer goes back. Gets the 1-2. Through the centre of the ground he goes. A spearing kick out there. Duval one-on-one. Play on the call there. As Pfeiffer gets up limping as Burns is going to go back there. They got the numbers back there, Warners Bay, though. It's just all... That stays in. They're out again there. Got 1-2. 2 against nil, really, it was there. And Burns is going to run it away. But the kick's not going to go the best there, though. It does found some open space. However, Metcalf bounced the right foot and he picks it up. Gets it on the left boot. Out of bounds on the full. Resulting free kick as the rain starts to get really heavy now.
Yeah, you certainly wouldn't back against Warners Bay there. 16 points in front. Structure-wise, they look the better side.
16 points in front and doing everything right.
Yeah, exactly right. As the rain's now at its heaviest, the lights are on.
Now you go back, they've kicked 7 goals, Nelson Bay. How many of those have been really from mark, from plays in, as opposed to, to snaps and things like that? They've had to work really hard for all their goals. Yeah. They're going to need to find 3 more goals at least to win this game. As Vasey on the centre wing for Nelson Bay.
You can see forward though, Gary. They've got Hearn up there. Yeah. And they've got a player in the goal square. I can't say who it is, but
Duval, isn't
just,
it?
So
look at that. There was just 3 players. They just stood around that ball. It's just in the last quarter, I understand it's difficult. This comes over, runs over the mark. Over the mark there, it's going to be 50 metres. Lights are shining brightly here at the moment for Fian Oval, as they are for Warners Bay at the moment. So they're going to move into the top 4 by the look of it at the moment tonight. Still far from short of a finals berth, that's for sure. But it's going to need Nelson Bay to upset Killarney Vale next week and Warners Bay to be upset themselves by Cardiff. So you would say, based on those...
And they missed out, didn't they, last year? Cardiff were in the finals.
Yeah, Cardiff were in the finals, yes.
Warners Bay and
just
Nelson
out
Bay
of
missed
Nelson
out.
Bay, yeah. Nelson Bay just missed out. Once again, in this similar situation again, if they're going to clear the ball out wide, it's going to be out of bounds on the full, though. Free kick goes to Ben Burns.
Yeah, all things pointing to the Bulldogs taking that 4th position next week.
Burns goes in short to Bartlam. He's got another player there loose in Brigden if he wants to use him. Price, well, that's Hearn, sorry, moves up on him. So they're quite comfortable at the moment just to take their time. So Bartlam's going to go long. Buckley's going to be their target down there. Through his hands it goes. Over the back, through goes Nichols. Picked up there this time by Buckley to snap a goal. Going back, taking a mark there. Deep in the fence was Stewart.
But you can still see Marn, Gary. It's interesting. Surely the coaching staff in Nelson Bay have seen this. Well, they need to kick 3-4 goals to win the match. And
yeah. You know, it's a lateral movement. It's a game plan that's really not conducive at the moment under these conditions, and it's being able to adapt. As I said, it's hard with the personnel. If you're tired and lost a couple of key players, certainly makes it tough. But they still got to grind it out. They're not out of this game by a long shot, Ryan, but they just need to get some goals and get them quickly. And if for nothing else, to build the confidence, because they're certainly running low on confidence at the moment. As Jaden Reimer lays a good tackle there on Bartlam, he's going to pick it up. This could be it. If he goes back there, Hearns on his own, but a scrubby kick by Reimer. Falls over. The opportune time was Marn, allows Hearn gets in.
Oh, well done,
They've got
Hearn.
players over the top there if the ball will sit. It is the Vale. Can he get it? Goes one way, goes back the other. Handballs it to no one in particular. They're just breaking down up forward, but Mooney gets it. He's kicked 2 goals. Deep in the boundary he goes. He has a shot at goal. Is this what they need? Is this going to lift the Marlins? Let's have a look. Great goal, Dan Mooney.
he's kicked 3. He's the leading goal kicker on the ground. He's a sneak up forward. And he's kicking a bar of soap. He's kicked it 35 metres from a tight angle. He's right side for a left footer. And there's a pulse.
He was almost in the grandstand, I reckon he kicked that. That was a great goal. And is that something that just was something that's been turned into, well, nothing that was turned into something, and 3 goals there now to Mooney. And good play there by Hearn. He got it out there. I thought Duval, when he couldn't pick the ball up, was going to actually really, cost them that shot on goal. But Mooney comes back, and it's only 10 points. We've been playing 10 minutes, still plenty of time.
Great goal there, Mooney. Contender for goal of the day, player of the day. Gary, call it whatever you like.
Yep.
Back in the middle we go now. Price doing the ruck work.
Against Crowley, he's going to win it.
Crowley,
However,
yeah.
Basie's in there, uses a good use of the body, handballs over his head to Grinya. It goes there, Roach gets a hurry kick forward there now. It's well done there, that's going to be there. I think that might have been wooded away. They go again. Can they turn this into it? But they got the numbers back there again, although in saying that, though, Nelson Bay look like they've got more numbers down there now. That was a better matchup. It's going to be Zach Nichols. Nichols goes across the ground. It's not the greatest kick in the world, though. It's going to put Morgan under a bit of pressure. He goes one way, tries to get a tap over the top, which is going to allow mud into it. Calorie comes in. Calorie certainly been probably Nelson Bay's best, I reckon. Well done. As he spins, goes one way, goes another. Spear and kicking there, looking for Hearn. Burns back there for Warners Bay. He gets that, though. Kicked it out of bounds. It's going to be a boundary throw in. Certainly is made. We just spoke earlier about what a goal can do. And certainly they're looking much better there now. Better structure. Still got a couple there. Still got Roach sitting back there at halfback. Reimer goes in there. Says no use having extra numbers around the middle. Get them back there where that hurry kick's going to come out there.
It's Marn still playing that role. Now it's Roach. They're just switching between the two of them.
Yeah. So
take a midfielder out. Put him down there.
That's right. Put just to get someone to stand there and make a contest. Not about someone who can take the big grab. As good work there by Bartlam. Forces the ball forward. So does Turner. Back Avery up against Grace. They've had a really great battle. We've mentioned that during the call a number of times. Certainly 2 very experienced as Aitken looks to be coming off the ground. Looks like he suffered a bit of a knock. And Alex Schmaler-Loom's going to come on, the youngster.
So Aitken comes off the ground there. Looks a little groggy.
I'm not sure he'll be back in the game. I don't think that is Vasey there. Tackled there heavily, but they're putting the pressure on there. Gets a hurry kick off the ground there, but 3 against 1 there. They need to get in that back there as it's Bartlam. And look, it's not just any players back there for Warners Bay. They put their key players back there as Buckley comes out there. Taken by Stewart. Good tackle there by Stewart. Play on's a call there. Roach puts his head down. Good work there by Ericsson to avoid him. He dived on the ball.
Good decision.
All up there. Good
Very
decision
good
again. Very good
umpiring.
decision. Yep.
So boundary throw up here. We've played 12 and a half minutes here of the final term. Winner almost assured a finals berth. It looked all Warners Bay. The last goal went to Mooney of Nelson Bay, however, and it's almost revived them a little bit as Price gives a handball there to Morgan. Kendrick couldn't take the mark. It's a wet footy. We know that. Goes in again. Does Kendrick. Gives a little handball off with the ball stay in play for Nelson Bay. It will. It'll be Barton. He'll kick to centre half forward. But as we've seen all day, first hands get to it, and it's Warners Bay there through Marn again, the familiar one. So Roach just switches it across. Good composure there shown by Roach. Burns gone to centre half back.
Out it comes there now as Crotty's running out from fullback. The ball sits his away there. He's going to be confronted by Carey, but he's got plenty of time. So Crotty goes long down the wing. His target out there is Metcalf, also the boundary line. It's going to be out of bounds for a boundary throw. And on the centre wing, 10 points of margin. Been playing 13 minutes in the final quarter.
Certainly the most important, 10 minutes of coaching these coaches are going to have to think about now. Can they pull the master trick out of the bag and put someone in the right place that causes a win for their side?
That's right. Who's going to stand up? That's a question. Who's going to be the one for Nelson Bay? Who's going to make the difference? Is Stewart been one of their best for sure across backline. He kicks it long there. They've got numbers there. Reimer up he goes early. Can't take the mark in these conditions. But Mooney, he could be the man. But where's he go? Good play there by Mooney. I'll give him credit there until he put the ball on the ground there because they actually had no one back there. As Bartlam gets a quick kick out, coming to go off the ground there. He's going to be met there by Nickel and he gets the ball
Good
hurriedly
kick.
on there. It's a one-on-one contest down there. Buckley used his body really well, but well done there by Ericsson. He's able to get it and away he goes again. So Nelson Bay going to go forward into attack again. Out wide he goes there. Reimer out there. Good work by Spencer. Sits for Reimer. On the right boot he goes. Looks for the lead of DeVale. Crotty's out there with him. Good use by Dean Crotty.
Well done,
Good defensive ball. Good defensive football. Like any good defender knows, Ryan. The boundary line's your friend.
Good day to be a defender
Use
when you
him
can just
whenever
punch
you
it in
can.
the wet.
They're looking better now. Can they get a goal out of this forward 4-8?
Up against Crawley. Good little punch there by Barton. Gained a bit of territory. The bottom of down there is Burns. Lincoln Stewart at the other end. And just booted into the middle of the ground. It's all about territory now at this time of the game. Down there was Fraser. Schindler Taylor also. And Morgan. Ball pinned to him. Another boundary. Another ball up. Another stoppage.
Right in the centre of the ground. Rucks come to do battle again. Price gets it tapped down. Going through there was Calorie, but Bartlam's able to get it away. How's it going to sit? Avery against Grace again. Out on that far half-forward flank. Avery's going to get it. He stays on the left boot. He gets a kick coming forward there. It's a one-on-one. Schmaler looms down there against Mudd. Schmaler looms, keeps it in front of him. He's got too much mobility there for Mudd. He centres the ball, looking for Nickel, but going in there was Ericsson. He overruns the ball. Stewart needs to pick it up. Keep it in front of him. He does there again. Getting the ball and going to ground was Metcalf. Immediately descended upon by the Nelson Bay defenders. Led by Stewart, and we're going to have a ball up 40 metres out from the Warners Bay goal at the wrong end of the ground as far as Nelson Bay are concerned, currently trailing by 10 points, and we played 15 and a half minutes in the final quarter.
So Price gets a little tap down there.
Calorie,
beg your pardon. It eventually ends up with Deverell for Warners Bay. Little handball goes back to Deverell. Goes back again. They've got just the release person out the back every time. This time Roach just gains it, just bangs it on the right boot. Big clash down there at full forward. Doing well was
Avery
in the 12. Also there's Schindler Taylor. Ball wrapped up again, Gary. Full forward.
Good work. They've
Warners
got
Bay.
all the numbers behind the ball again, Warners Bay. They've set it up around the centre of the ground. There's only two players inside Nelson Bay's half of the ground. So if they can get it and get it out, it's very hard though in these conditions. There's plenty of numbers around the ball. Wood can't take it. He does there now. David Wood gets a handball back. It comes to Vasey. Out towards the wind. It goes out there. Crawley. It could go out in the full. No, it doesn't. Bounces just inside the boundary line. And we're going to have a boundary throw in between wing and half forward. Warners Bay's end of the ground. Currently leading by 10 points. Where are they going to get? How are they going to clear this ball out, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Warners Bay have just
Great
shut this
throwing
game
by the
down.
boundary umpire. That's fantastic. They try to tap it over the back there. So Calorie gets it. Handball at Ericsson. He can't take the ball, but Calorie goes again.
Well done, Stewart.
Stewart again. Falls that. Got a free kick there. Back goes to Ericsson. He picks up there. Goes out there. Well done. That time by Reimer. He picks it up. He can't pick it up. The ball's like a cake of soap. So Kendrick gets it. A hurry kick by Calorie again. Barton should have taken the mark. He can't. Tried to handball off, but Rach intercepted there. So Stewart picks it up and away around he goes. Off the ground was probably the go there by Grenier, but he picks it up. They've got the numbers there. It's Schindler Taylor. Goes back there again. Goes back to Bartlam. Back they go. They force them back. Nelson Bay, they're doing well if they can turn this ball over. It goes back. Well done by Nathan Vasey. Mooney's in there as well. Gets a handball back. They've got the numbers. They can. They force it. They do force it there, man. Well done by Wood. Well done by Grenier. He goes to ground by Turner. Vasey over the head handball. They need blokes running onto the ball. They haven't got him as Devil's now going to pick it up and away he goes. A punt out wide and it goes and it finds very handy and it finds Roach. That's Jake Roach on the right boot. Falls short though, and Price takes the mark in front of his brother Luke. And Luke Price. Off one step, they go short now to Jaden Reimer. That just goes to show how slippery the ball is. He had to take two grabs at that. It's Jaden. Where they go? They got numbers back there. If you can get it go long enough to Braden Hearn. He's free in the pocket.
Well done, Price.
But they're just allowing. That's the option they want to go. So they need to get it in there, mate. They go kick laterally across the ball. They're going to find the mark. Good work there. It goes there. Handball by Nichols. That's not the play, though. Unfortunately for Nelson Bay. It wasn't the handball. It was to get it into the dangerous area as Grace comes out there. Little kick off the ground. Him and Avery. And again, they got the numbers this time, Nelson Bay. They're able to forage the ball out. David Wood picks it up and back it goes there now. That is, I think that might be the Vale, but that's kicked. It's not the one they wanted, but Roach can't take the ball. It's him and Calorie. In the back it goes.
Nearly into time on here. Final term.
Warners
Bay just keeping control of the footy. But it's intercepted by Barton.
No, he can't take the mark. Unlucky the slippery conditions. Crotty gets it. He's tackled there. He gets a good kick out there. And Deverell takes a good mark, sliding on the centre wing. But Deverell, up he goes there. Goes in short there. Avery's a target there. Good spoil by Grace. Going there is Nickel. Rove the ball well. He's able to get away. They've got Buckley out here if he takes the mark, and he does. Right on half forward. Too far out to score, I reckon, but
yeah,
just the wasting of the time.
Seconds,
they're 10 points in front. The scoreboard's there. Their friend at the moment. It's going to be Buckley. He's going to have a shot at goal. I reckon he'll be kicking probably from 40 metres out. Heavy ball. So Buckley. Left boot. Pulls it there. It's going to go out of bounds on the full. So whilst he didn't score, it doesn't really matter though. The ball's a long way away from the Nelson Bay goal. Need to score, kick 2 goals, Nelson Bay. We said before, where are they going to get 10 goals from? They're going to need 10 goals, Ryan. They've got 8 at the moment.
And on a ground where it's maybe usually 4 kicks from one end to the other, they've probably got to kick it 8 to 10 times now.
That doesn't help when a short kick goes out of bounds on the full. And Buckley again, you can just waste another few more seconds again. Valuable seconds.
So Buckley, you'll have to, well, you'd be long odds from there, Gary, in these conditions.
Doesn't matter, mate. Does not matter.
Hold it up.
Just take your time. That's what it's all about. Comes in. Left boot strikes the ball. He's pulled it again. Through for a behind this time, however. No, out of bounds on the full. Same result. They've taken a minute off the clock.
So still a 10-point margin. We're into time on here. It's going to be Stewart with the footy. He's deep back. They've got to roll the dice here. Nelson Bay. It looks like it's one-on-one matchups pretty much all over the ground. Has to just go straight up the middle. Is that a mark? It is.
The Calorie. Right boot he goes across the ground there, sits there, chasing hard for the ball there. Outside is Morgan, but it's 3 against 1. And in this part of the ground, that's just been where it has been all day, is turning away. They go. They got numbers back here. Stewart can go all the way back if he likes, but he can go inboard. They've got all the numbers there, Warners Bay. He can still go back, and that's where he's going to go back there now and finds Brigden. Brigden short now, looking for Crotty, and he does, and they've just worked this so well. Full credit goes to Mark Bottrell and his coaching team. He's coached his team to perfection today. Really
skills there as well from the Warners Bay boys.
Really certainly won the battle of the clipboard. There's no doubt about that today. And his team has played it to perfection. And look, I reckon with Matt Mahon and also Ben Burns, I reckon you've got two of the best footballers in the league of being able to play. You throw in Brendan Lewis, but the siren has sounded. And it's going to be Warners Bay who move into 4th position on the ladder and go one step closer to claiming that finals berth. And at final score was Warners Bay 9-6-60. Nelson Bay 8-2-50.
The goal kickers today, well done to Warners Bay. We'll go with Nelson Bay first. It was 3 goals to Daniel Mooney. Single goal kickers to Kieran Lamond, Hearn, Jaden Reimer, Luke Price, Brad Spencer. And for the victorious Warners Bay, it was multiple goals to Jake and Luke Roach. They both had 2. Single goal kickers to Chris Avery, Tim Hoff, Josh Nickel, Alex Metcalf and Rob Schindler-Taylor. I'll hand out the play of the day today for the Dustwind Hound restaurant voucher. I'm going to give it to Dan Mooney's for his goal down here in the last term. He was tucked into the forward flank, threw it on the left boot. It sort of partly revived the Nelson Bay Marlins. It wasn't to be for them today. Gary, do you want to run through some of the better players and give out the best on ground?
Yeah, mate, I'll start with Nelson Bay. Just some of their better players. I thought Pat Calorie was fantastic for them. I thought Ben Grace did a reasonable job across half back. I thought, well, obviously Dan Mooney kicked 3 goals, ever the opportunist. For Dylan Stewart, I thought would certainly be in their top 3 players. There's no doubt about that. Luke Price and Ben Spence around the midfield did pretty well. So Adam Green and Nathan Vasey also played serviceable games. Whilst for the winners, Warners Bay, Jake Roach, Paddy's usual strong performance for Warners Bay. Luke Roach, I thought, was the most dominant forward on the ground as a key forward. He's probably battling there with Mooney with the snaps there. Chris Avery, I thought, was very, very good on the half forward. Burns and Marn, we spoke about them. Also across half back, I thought Crotty also did a good job back at full back. And also you cannot forget Lincoln Stewart, I thought, was a very good player. So was Rowan Pfeiffer down back. But I'm going to go today and give my Morisset Subway player of the game is going to go to Matt Marn of Warners Bay. He actually controlled it across half back. That was where the game was won. He was able to get loose across half back the whole time. And I thought he was just, repelled so many attacking forays, gave Nelson Bay not a chance, and was certainly was very influential. So the Subway Morisset player of the game goes to Matt Marn.
Yeah, totally agree. We mentioned it early on. I think maybe before the game even started that he's a contender for being in the best 22 of the year, the team of the year as a backman. He would have had probably 20-25 possessions at least today off a half-back flank in these conditions. Was certainly very damaging, super reliable, just reads the ball so well off the boot. Some final scores, Gary, and to wrap up for us?
Yep, final scores in the other games in the Black Diamond Cup today. Terrigal Avoca 19-13, 127, defeated Killarney Vale 7-4-46. Newcastle City 21-18, 144, defeated Cardiff 5-4-34. As we'll quickly run through, we got time, we'll run through the other games. In First Division, we got Terrigal Avoca 15-11, 101, defeated Killarney Vale 2-3-15. Newcastle City 26-15, 171, defeated Lake Macquarie 1-3-9. Singleton 27-10, 172, defeated Cardiff 2 behind. I'll just get up the final game between Wyong Lakes and Maitland. Just bear with me for a second with that one. And that went the way of Maitland, who come from behind 13-10-88, defeated Wyong Lakes 11-10-76. In Second Division, Terrigal Avoca 22-14, 146, defeated Killarney Vale 3-2-20. Newcastle City 7-7-49, the entrance Batto Bay 6-10-46. Wyong Lakes 13-8-86, defeated Maitland 5-6-36. Warners Bay 11-6-72, defeated Nelson Bay 7-5-47. Singleton 13-18-96, defeated Carter 4-4-28. Lake Macquarie and Muswellbrook playing tomorrow. And in the women's games, Nelson Bay 4-7-31, defeated Warners Bay 2-2-14. Wyong Lakes 9-8-62, defeated Maitland 1-4-10, with Newcastle City and Lake Macquarie to play tonight. So, Ryan, that's where we're at the moment. So what's happened? What's that put for next week? Well, really, it comes down to the last round. At the moment, Warners Bay are currently sitting in 4th position on the ladder. They take on Cardiff. So if they defeat Cardiff next week, they will assume 4th position. If they get beat by Cardiff next week, Nelson Bay will need to beat Killarney Vale. If they do that, they will take 4th spot. So we're going to go right down to round 17 before the final start. It should be it's been a good finish. Plenty still to play for. We'll be here at Fairnavel next week for the Warners Bay versus Cardiff game. So we'll look forward to everyone joining you then. I'm Gary Birkinshaw on behalf of myself and also Ryan Webster and the fabulous Bar TV crew. Thanks for joining us on what has been a wet Fairnavel. We look forward to catching up with you next week.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel, and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is Car 33, I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.